each one of those microphones a big tap for me.
Tapping the one nearest me.
Tap them both.
Oh wait, hold on.
No problem.
Do that again.
You first, Haley. Then it's the one over here.
Oh, nothing. Why don't I hear anything?
Disastrous.
Also, did I turn off the lights on you?
Oh, that's why I don't hear anything. It would help if I
Plugged in the headphones. I said, did I turn the lights off on you while you were in the bathroom?
That would help.
No.
Alright.
I had the door locked.
Okay. Because the door was just sitting open with the lights on, and I just kind of reached my hand in and turned the lights off. And
No, I went in after that.
Also, if you really want to see a useless grip on a pistol,
Oh hell yeah!
There we go.
Of course.
I didn't know that that had a rail.
I didn't think that had a rail either.
Alright. Most excellent. What happened last time?
We successfully knocked over one goblin encampment.
Careful there. Success is a strong word.
Hmm?
I said success is a strong word. We take L's at this table.
Oh, we take L's at this table. Where's the crit happens button?
It's up here somewhere,
Okay.
unless Matt took it home in his beard.
Matt hides things in his beard and seals them.
Exactly. So
We killed all of the goblins currently residing at one goblin encampment, and in doing so met another goblin who was under their dubiously usage of the word employ. What was his name? Something
his name was
Blast Fuse or some shit?
Blast Fuse.
His
Like
name was
Fizzle-
Fizzlewick.
Fizzlewick.
Fizzlewick Blast
Fizzlewick Blast Fuse.
Fizzlewick Blast Fuse, everyone's
bitch.
favorite bro.
and is a unsuspecting ally. He has informed us that he knows how to craft bombs out of using sugarcane and other various materials. We are now within the village after they haven't given us any sugarcane that they do not have. And they pointed us towards a large field of sugarcane. However, there's a catch.
Mega baboons.
Mega baboons
And
and big snake. Big fat snake. They constantly fight and wrestle inside of this field. So, in order to get into that field and harvest successfully, we also have to try our best to avoid these creatures.
or we could try to kill them. I mean, that would probably work out well, right?
I mean, we could try. We could make an attempt.
Maybe a bunch of level 1 adventurers are not suitable competition
Related.
for a mega baboon
Hey.
and or titan boa.
Hand that over to
Wait, are we
me.
level 2?
Yes, we became level 2.
We're level 2.
Shit, you're right, we did.
Yep, we did.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yep, everyone rolled for some extra hit points. Oh, that's right. I never came by and helped you level. So I gotta help. Darling,
Alright.
do you have your character sheet?
No.
Where is it gone? Is this it? Please don't let this be it.
I did roll for my HP.
That would be it. Hold on.
My BAB has gone up. Obviously. My saves have gone up. I don't know if I accounted for those.
I don't know where the stapler's gone, but it makes me mad. I don't know where
That was
all
beautiful.
my shit's going these days.
That was beautiful.
Yeah,
It's up here. Here, I got it on. Give it here.
And it's me.
The stapler's gone. It's a neat little ditty.
What the fuck? What do you? How does this work?
Oh, hang on. Wait.
Oh, it's the other direction.
How does what?
This fucking sucks.
Okay, now
actually.
give that to me.
No, I got it.
You're using it wrong.
No, I'm not this time.
You sure?
How do I make it staple?
Give it to,
Stop it.
give it to me.
I don't. Teach me how from here. Tell me what to do. I'm a grown adult.
I need to
sorry.
remember-
Wow! That's your sister and your wife. And I lived here. I paid you rent. Fuck!
The stapler worked.
There we go. Okay, so What you do is I needed to remember. You pulled down on. Oh, so you didn't know? I figured it was something like that. It's
Oh, wait
There
a
we
minute.
go.
Hold on. I did something last thing. I think I got kinetic
Yeet.
Elemental Whisper? Did I get
Alright.
Elemental Whisper? Oh shit, yeah, I did. Okay.
So I can
All
use
right.
size of this.
man, you sure do. Big
So,
scream.
you already had your Smite Evil ability, which maybe you should have been using. Might have helped, but I guess the goblins are all going down one at a time pretty quick anyway.
What does that even do again?
Well, here, you can hold on to this book and keep it. You can detect evil.
Are goblins considered evil?
Huh?
Are goblins considered evil?
Anything
Not all.
can be considered
Yeah,
evil, pretty
anything
much.
can be. But
Anything can.
Goblins are usually.
Not from Jolene's perspective.
Not from Jolene's perspective.
Smite Evil lets
I
you
am
do
willing
extra
to debate
damage
you
to
here on
targets
this
who are
island.
evil. It's got a little list of rules there, but Divine Grace, a paladin gains a bonus equal to her charisma bonus on all saving throws. So we have a column here for misc modifier.
Mm-hmm.
We will add whatever your charisma bonus is on all three of these.
Did we decide on freehand fighter or weapon master?
And then you would change
Freehand
all of
fighter,
those by
I think. No.
3.
Weapon Master, I think.
I'm gonna have to look at the perks to remember. I'm gonna have to look at the class features for both of them.
What do druids get? I know it did.
+1 bonus to CMB and CMD on disarm
Also,
checks and on
Your
bluff
base
checks.
attack
to
bonus at
fin-
level 1
or
is
create a
level 1,
diversion dice.
but at level 2 is 2. So that would mean that both of these go up by 1. So your CMB becomes
I think it was
4,
freehand fighter, but let me make sure.
and your CMD 10 minus 1 minus 1 plus 3 plus.
Okay.
Ah, goodness. Here,
think I
just
still want
change
this.
those both. That goes up by 1, that goes up by 1, and that goes up by 1.
Also, I realized that I get my the defense thing anyway. I just get that for free, and I got Elemental Whisper, which is basically a familiar but made of
Excellent.
water.
And then your attack bonus. So your strength is +3, that adds 3. Your base attack bonus is +2, that adds 2. And then I think you had weapon focus or something else giving you a +5, but I forget what. Oh no, that already went up, yeah.
I crave the
And
day
then
when
this,
level
because
3
this is a
Starfinder.
+1 weapon, would go up to +6.
I crave star damage.
Woodland Stride.
Oh, you can just remove that +5.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, the +5 doesn't stay. This just becomes +6, and this becomes 3, 1 because of your size. So that's 4 basic. Okay, so no, this becomes 6, and this becomes 7. Sorry. So you've got a pretty good chance to hit with that axe, considering these goblins have almost no armor. And that is it for the most part. You also gain 3 more. Or no, your intelligence is 1. Okay, so you gain 3 more skill ranks because you get 2 plus 1 every level.
Okay, can I put it into the same stuff?
You can put it into the same stuff or different stuff. You can put a number of ranks in a skill up to a maximum of your current character level, which is currently 2. So you can have 2 ranks. You can increase the skills you've already been working on, or you can pick up 1 or 2 more skills.
So does Jolene have an intelligence modifier?
Of +1.
Okay.
That's completely your choice. And then, like I said, you have on this, between these 2 pages, you have all of these abilities down to here, where this line ends. You don't have to read over all of this right now, but you do have your lay on hands ability, so you can heal now. And just
Yeet.
I don't know if I can do that.
Beginning at
Did
second
we rest
level,
at the end of last session?
Nope.
a paladin can
don't
heal
think so.
wounds, her own
Okay.
or those of
Did we?
others,
Yes,
by touch.
we're at the village.
Each day she
Okay.
can use this ability a number of times.
Did we already roll long-term?
Paladin level plus her
I
charisma modifier.
think. Yes, we did.
With one use
Okay.
of this ability, a paladin can heal 1d6 hit points of damage for every 2 paladin levels she possesses. Using this ability is a standard action unless the paladin targets herself, in which case it is a swift action. Basically meaning, if you're sitting up there beating the shit out of people, you can just be but you can also
Elemental
heal
Whispers,
other
I
people.
gained the alertness feat and the special ability.
The
like,
paladin
special,
can use
like,
this healing power
plus
to deal
to a
damage to
skill that
undead
is-
creatures,
that is
dealing 1d6 points of
familiar
damage for every
gets.
2 paladin
Nice.
levels the paladin
I have
possesses.
like now
Using
I
lay on
make
hands in this way requires
water
a successful
squirrel.
melee touch attack.
for plus
So-
4 sleight of hand,
You know how you have your normal AC
and
then
they're
your touch
very good at
AC?
climbing.
You would apply the
Nice.
same
They're
bonuses
actually very
you have
useful.
for your war
Is that what you're gonna go
to
with? The
touching
squirrel?
somebody.
Yeah.
Normally the
Okay.
touch AC
Because
is a
the
lot
only other
lower,
animal that
and you
does
can
sleight
do
of hand is a
damage
raccoon,
with
and
it.
squirrels are superior,
And that's-
like stat wise.
And they don't
I
get a
see.
saving throw, so it's pretty much guaranteed.
Just be very careful
So
about
that's
letting
how
your
that
familiar out
works.
to do
If you
things.
want me to create like an abridged
I will.
little sheet for
If
you,
you're familiar,
Because
guys, it's
I-
difficult to replace.
Well,
I
thing
can.
is with it, like
I just can't do it right now because I completely forgot. You leveled. I'm super
when
sorry,
like
darling.
it's usually in the subconscious, and my character has to concentrate
Excuse me
for it
real
to take a
quick, you
physical
almost
form.
done tying?
Okay.
So
yes, actually.
if it dies, I just break concentration on it, and it goes back into her consciousness.
That's useful.
It's very useful, and just takes another. She just has to concentrate more to control it essentially, because it doesn't have.
I'm gonna take combat reflexes.
It
right
can't
now.
move by itself or do anything
Right.
by itself. It's just a consciousness.
I'm gonna save quick draw for like as
And
late
so
as I
she
can possibly take
makes
it
the
since it's
water,
not gonna fucking
and then she
matter.
moves
Because
the
you're
water
trying to
into
combat
that.
controller.
That's where she's concentrating.
No, quick
Okay.
draw is for dueling sword mastery.
Right, but you're taking combat reflexes. You said yeah.
Yeah, the combat reflex is just because it's good.
Well, right, but it's a requirement for combat patrol, which is what I said.
Yeah, that also. I was just taking it because I fucking wanted.
That too as well also.
You know,
Okay.
you know, boss me.
I'm not bossing you around. At least I'm not trying to. Alright,
Maybe I'll take dodge.
so for the most part, that accounts for everything unless other people are still leveling.
Saves, and I get another spell slot, and I'm good.
Oh wait, no, actually there is one more thing that I didn't look at for you, Jolene, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm a terrible sister and an even worse dungeon master.
Oh, it might be a because
Every-
it's +1.
huh?
Put a check mark there, or is
Let
that
me
just only at the beginning, or at the?
Do you get any
When you run a
minuses
skill,
on your
Yes.
like?
You don't put a check mark.
To
These
hit
check
for
marks
trying to
mean that
perform a
it is a
combat
class
maneuver?
skill.
Oh.
Whenever you put your first rank in a
to be
class
honest,
skill,
I
you
have
put 3 in this
literally no
list.
idea
I
how
know
this
you
works.
provoke an attack of
Oh.
opportunity for it unless you
When
have like
you
the improved
In
version.
this.
Wait,
do
sorry,
you
what
put
now?
one?
If you're
So
attempting
what you do-
like, to do a combat
These
maneuver,
are your
like a
skill
disarm or
ranks
trip,
per
do you
level.
take any
You
like
put
penalties to hit?
1 point for however many you have, so
you do.
No.
it's a 1-to-1 ratio,
you
it
need
never
fight
changes. Put the
Substitute
rank
combat
in, that's
maneuver
a
check,
+1, and then you
attempting
get
a
a
combat
+3
maneuver in
from
place
it
of
being a
any
class
attack.
skill.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it'll be +4
Because of the
before your
bonus I
stat
just got
modifier.
with disarms, I could
What about when you
fight
level up
defensively,
with-
and I would be
so
only
for
taking a
me,
-1
how many
technically
do
instead
I
of
get
a -2 on
You
fighting
get
defensively
3,
because
you
I
get
get a
2,
+1 to
okay,
disarm
plus-
checks.
so
Whatever.
Perfect.
If I put 3 here,
Nice.
I would be all done.
And-
That's very useful.
You can't put
Yeah,
3 in a
you'd use
single
your
skill.
CMB
Oh.
in the place of your normal bonuses,
not?
but
Because you are only character level 2. You can put a maximum number of skill ranks in a skill equal to your character.
wait, hang on, hey Amy.
Which means you
Oh,
could
oh,
increase
wait.
this to 2, or you could take a skill that's 0 up to 2, or put 1 in 3 skills.
Oh, okay.
Hey Amy.
1.
For CMB, since Ty has the dex to hit feat, would he be able to substitute the strength modifier in CMB for dex?
Yeah, we already talked about that. She said as long as I could reasonably explain how I could use Dex to do that thing, then yes.
So
Okay.
you could disarm and trip, and-
Reasonably.
but probably
But things
not
like bull
sunder.
rushes, not really.
Yeah.
And sunder, no. Disarm and trip makes sense because you can do those in a dexterous manner. Because of the +1 to disarms I just got, I can fight defensively and attempt to disarm, and I'm only taking a -1 instead of a -2 on the fighting defensively aspect of it. So that's fun.
I'm gonna staple your butt cheeks together.
I'll pour cement up your butt crack.
I feel like
No
the
more
staples.
Forcefully.
The staples would be worse.
Do you really think that?
I mean, because if it's only my ass crack, the cement can be removed.
Do you really want to undergo that I feel like staples can too.
Yeah, but the staples aren't going to be removed without much blood and sadness.
There is a plenty amount of sadness revolved in anal concrete extraction, believe you me.
Only if it has to go up my butt.
It does,
okay,
by definition.
you said
Alright,
butt
this is
crack.
not a conversation we can have.
Alright, I'm sorry. You're a flat ass straight white boy. Your ass crack and asshole are only 1 micrometer apart.
Yes. I'm proud of it, damn it.
Of having no ass?
Flat is justice.
Not in this case!
Yes!
Ty, you're the best.
Will you put your skills
I
on?
love you, dude.
Flat is justice.
Were any of them
That is just
class skills? If they have this
Man,
check.
Why am I
are
even
they-
friends with you?
He's terrible.
I truly am the worst guy.
I'm
It's
pretty
been
sure
6
I'm
months.
one.
But hey,
I'm
listen
sorry,
here.
I'm not trying to hover. I'm just.
At least you don't constantly shit yourself.
Not like Matt. I
No.
am not Matt. I'm not
Every time-
Tatsu either. I don't have constant coffee
Every
farts.
time you gain levels, sometimes
Yeah.
your saving throws increase.
Are you gonna
Your
get
fortitude
when
and
you do
will
get
saves
updated
both
Trollish,
increase by 1.
are you gonna get like an XL model?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I have weapon focused dueling swords.
I
I have a
actually
+1 to
have-
hit with them.
Like, I actually have the comparison,
Becomes a
and with her height,
And so does the
now,
other.
LC is small.
usually Minotaurs are like, well, pretty tall, like, according to that. She's taller than a Minotaur.
I'm sorry for all the trouble.
I see. Well, I think it's because they don't want to
But you
ever
were
start
doing
you in XL
fantastic,
mode.
So don't ever
They
feel
don't.
like.
Yeah.
But, like, hold on, let me actually see the fucking comparison that I have.
Because I have some people for some of them, but you're not one of them. Okay. Now has ever. How are you taking a feat at 2nd level?
But
Oh, you're a fighter. I was like,
the one thing fighters get, you know.
oh, I know. Okay.
We get to be really good at something.
LC's a lot smaller than 4.
I still need to get a text model.
It's difficult to tell Scythia's height given her pose.
So
Yes.
you've finished leveling.
I finished leveling, yes.
You've finished leveling.
Mm.
Jolene, I believe, is done. And you're done. Okay. Most excellent.
Flat is justice.
So,
Volthia is an advocate for flat is justice.
last time we played, you met Fizzlewick Blast Fuse.
Blast
You killed some dudes. You wandered around. You found about some weirdo ruins. And you found another one of those weird
Neat.
axe heads that you found out aren't supposed to be axe heads. They're cogs.
They're a cog
Yes.
that goes to a machine that's in the ruins
The
that apparently
machine.
is part of what is bringing these goblins back from the dead.
Yes.
And somewhere in those ruins, 0 days since Adai was dropped in this house. Somewhere in those ruins, Fizzlewick also remembers seeing the little insignia that Volthia has on her ring. It's
I don't-
important to me.
I will never replicate that noise again.
No, no one will.
But anyway,
I think
yes.
you could.
I don't know that I can.
I can make you.
Of course.
I have family.
I wasn't necessarily meaning like that. You're the one who took it there.
I don't know, your tone suggested that was where you were taking it.
I was implying that I would, like, I don't know, trip you or something.
I don't think that's the noise she would make where she tripped. I would know she's tripped herself.
I have never tripped myself. Alright, well, before we get into an argument that I won't win,
Listen.
Listen.
so we tune back in the village after you guys had spoken with Tane about sugarcane.
Indeed.
Mr. Barrel Chest.
We had gone ahead and had another training session as well, and he stomped me as always.
One singular cannoned ball.
One bald cannon.
He is bald.
Yes.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Huh. I imagined him having, like...
He's not.
I imagined him having, like, the Like
He
Tom
has-
Hanks in Castaway.
He has a flowing head of hair and a beard that
I imagine he stands like Ridley.
he's got a little bit of a stance going on.
Ridley fucking stances.
Wow.
We pick up straight after the training session. Volthius freshly conscious.
I mean, he didn't bludgeon you into unconsciousness this time.
Oh, not this time? Okay. There's a first time for everything.
But
I mean, I need my sword. I need my weave sword.
Fizzlewick is collecting an amount of sugar cane and stuffing it into a bag. Yes! Yes! Yes!
You
Where did we get the sugar cane?
It's in the village.
He said there was some in the village. He said if we wanted more, we were going to need to either go trade with a village that had some or go collect it from Titan Boa land.
well
/ Mega Baboon land.
can
Correct.
you what all can you do with all that?
Yeah, well, hold on. And he pulls the, 3 or 4 shoots of sugarcane that he's claimed back out of his bag. He looks it over and he's like, not much.
Right.
Got the couple cherry bombs, rolled flare.
See, the sugar canes themselves are not the worst thing to make shrapnel out of. The bamboo would be better. But the amount of sugar that I can extract from them and the amount of time that will take is only one component of the explosive. I'll need some kind of oxidizer. This is a reactive carbon compound, so I need something to make it react with. To be completely honest with you, I wish I didn't have to bother with all this and I had a decent amount of nitroglycerin, but I don't. So, we need more sugar. And a lot of it.
Or just gunpowder, but can't really find that here on this island.
No, but there is saltpeter.
That's right. He said so on the this part
On the that.
on the beach.
On the it.
There is saltpeter about.
Okay. All right. Where is?
Perhaps we could travel over there, get some salt.
If it means not tangling with these Titan boas for the time being, I'm up for anything. I believe I have a long way to go before I'm a match for a beast of that nature.
Hopefully we'll.
I will be fine.
Hopefully we'll catch them napping.
I have a
Mega baboons actually never sleep. They're also part plant.
Neither of those things are verifiably true.
Verifiably true.
I can neither confirm nor deny which kingdom of
Money, you
animal-
kid!
The fucking mega
Hang
baboon.
back, Nero, you're dead weight!
You're gonna call me dead weight?
You guys are fucking stupid.
Nero shoots Dante in the back 8 times. Ambiance going again?
Yes. Let me get my phone charger.
Is the Barger still over there? I can do it.
The barger's still over here.
Fucking
Yes.
Barger. Alright, you're gonna be the finder of ambiance, though.
Okay, that's fine.
Wrong way. Oh, there you go. Never mind.
While she's in the restroom, and she's away, this game is a lot harder for me to host.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yes, not because it's hard to prepare for, or because I'm ill-equipped to do it. It's just the time is hard. There's not Wednesday. Why is it dark? Just turn the lights on.
You have the power! You have the power!
Not if I don't know where the fucking light switch is.
It's your own home!
To be fair, the only light
It's
switch
pitch black.
we have in our bedroom is connected to the fan, which does not have a physical wall switch. There's only a remote.
I just feel like things like that should be like muscle memory.
Well, it would be if we put it in the same place every time.
Which I've advocated for.
Yes, we've both advocated for it, and yet neither of us are disciplined enough to do it. You are not allowed to play with matches anymore.
I'm not playing with the match.
That is, you literally almost just burned up your shit.
Do you have a tissue somewhere?
Do I have a what?
Tissues.
Tissue. Yeah. Give me 1 second.
I don't think my nose has ever bled ever before.
Okay. No, I'm sorry.
That's a really shitty first experience.
Yeah,
Nosebleed.
Nose.
I remember the first time my nose bled. It was unpleasant.
I had just had like my wisdom teeth removed, and the anesthesia caused me to nosebleed. And I was like,
Anesthesia can make your nose bleed?
Yeah.
it made mine.
Fuck.
That was like the only time I had ever been under it, so maybe that's what caused it. But like I was just blowing my nose, and I was like, oh shit. And then it was like, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, nothing. My nose is just gushing blood. That's all.
No, I'm fine. It's good. Don't worry about it.
Right before Volthia launches into her all-out attack. Fucking a la Joker.
Ah, Joker.
She just fucking, like, spins her sword. She's like, are you ready?
She made me go to the doctor yesterday, and I didn't want to. And they're like, oh yeah, you have asthma. I was like, okay.
Great.
This is why I don't go to doctors. I didn't even know that.
I feel like 90% of the people I know have asthma.
You don't go to doctors because they diagnose you.
Yes, I don't like doctors at all.
Ah.
I feel like if I can put up with it, then I don't want to go.
That's probably not a good idea for something that can kill you.
It's not. That's why she makes me go to the doctor if I so much as cough wrong.
With asthma, I would assume that that is
Yeah.
the optimum situation to go to the doctor.
That's understandable. Where's the remote for the speaker?
It's with me.
I know what I'll train myself in. Spellcraft. That's a skill I'll need. Well, that is a skill I would need, but others will be better prepared for it. And better suited.
Yeah, I got your spellcraft covered.
You need to chill with the match.
Knowledge
This
planes.
one's just for fun.
I know, that's why you need to chill with them.
Knowledge planes.
You just dropped one on your nose.
Is Holly still rectifying her hemorrhaging nasal capacity? Ah, there we go.
There we go.
Her nose tunnel has been adequately clogged
Might want to turn that down just a little, Siri.
with ass paper.
That's comforting. Ass paper.
No, it was fine at the volume it was at. I turned it up to the...
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, never mind then. Fuck me.
Make it slightly green.
Oh yeah, I guess I can do that.
Yeah.
Watch this fucking magic trick. Fucking... green.
Heresy! Burn the witch!
Of
Wait,
course.
let me get a different green.
There we go. That's fine.
Let me reduce the saturation on that. Oh Jesus.
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Just make
Oh
it white.
god. Oh Jesus.
Oh,
Oh,
gee,
I'm
jeez.
imagining the jungle just actually changing colors. We're like, it's happened a lot. And Cannibal's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's something you get used to.
Slowly puts on mask.
Just looking at the like directly at the sun, just
Sorry, I'm over here just like...
having fun.
No, I'm trying to find a combination
Hey,
of
this is
settings
This is a nice color.
that I find agreeable,
This is I like this color.
where I can keep the saturation at a percentage and keep the brightness up at an acceptable level. There we go. Welcome to the rice fields, bitch.
I am home.
Fields.
My weeaboo self is home.
Weeaboo Jones.
Volthia, the party's weeaboo.
Well, I mean, I'm also from the Asian lands, so.
Yeah, I guess.
But you're not carrying a katana and...
It's not a katana, it is an Aldori dueling sword. They were described as being closer to sabers than katanas.
You're not carrying
Fucking
your
weeaboo
master's
trash.
sword in a sheath and talking about how I was raised by a Ronin.
She never said the word Ronin. She did say that she was trained on thorns, though.
You were trained by what was essentially a masterless samurai.
Yes.
That is a Ronin.
Okay, shut.
By definition.
Shut. This is my listen, alright? Shut. Shut.
You know, the real tragedy is that you're gonna lose the second you encounter somebody with a long sword, because as everybody knows, European swords are superior.
That is categorically false. The myth about Nippon steel is utter trash. I'll have you know that
It has been folded 1,000 times.
1,000 times. It's not a fucking katana, it's a
because-
dueling sword.
Because
Separate stat blocks, they're separate fucking swords.
it folded 1,000 times because the metal is shitty.
Don't worry about it. And you know that there is some saltpeter on the beach. You also know where you can acquire more sugarcane.
The sooner we go about gathering materials, the sooner we can get to the ruins.
I
And
feel like we should sit.
sit as in rest.
Yes.
That's
thought
fine by me.
Didn't we rest at the end of last session?
I
Did
don't
you
think
rest?
we ended off actually with like Volthia and Cannonball going at it.
Oh.
We cut it short
Oh,
there.
That's fine.
Yeah, because I'm still at 9 health.
Oh, alright.
You look like you could use sleep. I will do without.
He opens his bag. He has a small vial of a powder, which he uncorks.
Is it white?
He puts a little bit of spit on his pinky
Is
finger.
it white?
Yes.
I
It is-
see.
It is white with a purple particulate in it. He puts his finger down in the vial after he has wet it, and then he sticks his finger up his nose.
There's a little like sound clip that plays whenever he uncorks the bottle. That's just, don't have too much now, darling.
No, it's not cocaine.
Curious.
It is a translucent white powder with a purple tinge and slightly larger, like purple crystalline chunks in it.
Do I recognize the material?
I don't know. Do you?
What would I need to roll for this?
Knowledge planes.
Oh.
Hey, I got this.
Void salts.
16 plus 6.
22.
It comes from the abyss.
You sure you know what you're doing with that?
Yes.
What is that?
Bad juju.
I mean, I guess you could call it that, sure.
Well, suit yourself. I'll be laying down now.
Yeah,
God, I really just want to call it void salts, but now at this point it feels like I can't.
Exposed.
Right, I can't.
exposed.
No, you could be. Here's your out. Hey, that's a great name. Let's go with that.
Nether powder.
Nah, void salts was better.
Alright. We could go void powder.
No, because it's like void salts is cool because it's on twofold, right? Void's a cool word, and salts like waking salts, which are a type of alkali.
Or like smelling salts.
Yeah.
Smelling salts are a thing, by the way, that exist in Pathfinder. We really.
Okay. What are smelling salts again? Don't you use them just like wake up?
Yeah.
You
They
smell them and they like.
they trigger a horrible response that jolts you awake.
And it works exactly like that in Pathfinder. You can get someone up who has no hit points.
Oh wow, that is pretty useful. Like even if they're in the negative.
Yeah.
Wow. You just like
Yeah, and you're up. for a while.
Gesundheit.
He sneezes a bit of purple.
Oh, nice. Way to go.
Beatrix very pointedly steps back.
But Volthia says, "Suit yourself. I'll be laying down now. Just wake me up when we're ready to go." And she walks away, and she's anxiously rubbing where her ring is under her glove.
Hey, you don't need to avoid me. This stuff won't kill you
We're at the beach, right?
immediately.
No, we're at the village.
Oh, the village still?
I'd rather not be. I'd rather not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's an excellent way to avoid sleeping.
Yes, but sleep is. One, I like sleep, and two,
How boring. My life is short. I live like 45 years. And that's assuming I manage to get to the end of it.
What about blowing
The rest of my fingers won't.
well,
You know, technically, if you do the math, I'm guessing you're a human, unless you're very weird. I'll end up with more free time by the time I'm dead than you will, assuming we both live to the end of our natural lives and are not prematurely brought to death.
By say, I don't know, an explosion.
Yes.
in what regard?
In the regard that you sleep for 8 hours and I don't.
Well, man has a point. In any case, I'm going to take advantage of my long lifespan and enjoy some rest.
Long lifespan. You're within spitting distance of me. We're not elves.
Are you sure?
Fairly.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe how long has it been since you were on the mainland? Maybe elves look like me now.
Beatrix just pointedly.
All. And I've only been here for like 8 months.
I mean, I don't know. This island, time might be real weird.
If you want me to let you in on a little bit of advice,
I'm fucking with you.
I'm an expert chemist. I don't need to use wordplay or puns or jokes to fuck with you.
You just got outplayed, sister.
Beatrix just kind of looks down at the ground and then turns around and says, I'm gonna go sleep now.
Wait, before you sleep, can you look at something for me?
Sure.
Something that might be of interest to you.
Okay.
He pulls a book out of his bag and he opens it to a specific page and make a perception check.
19.
Okay.
Well, 19 plus my perception, which is 7.
Behind the book he has the vial of void salts.
Okay.
He uncorks it again.
You know...
Make a reflex save.
I was gonna stop, but okay. I was gonna stop and step back, but alright.
You're too slow.
And then you got hooked on Fantasy Coke.
How do you all feel about
That's
me
fine, that's
knocking
You
everybody
not
out?
developing an addiction could be crucial to our survival. She did already smoke her last cigarette.
2.
Well-
You rolled a natural 1 and then a 2.
This was meant to be.
It's meant to be. Just take the L.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. He poured the salt down the binding of the book and he's like, here, look at this. And as he's turning it around, he jumps up and slams the book in your face.
Actually gives her a nosebleed in the process. Just.
Have fun, Chief.
And
Let me give you a piece of advice, Goblin.
as this happens.
And like magic pulses off of her staff. I'm partially the reason you're still alive right now. I really recommend not fucking with me.
He reaches into his bag and pulls one of the constituent pieces of the bomb he described last time with like a fuse sticking out of it. And then at the tip of his finger appears a small flame. While he smiles jovially at you. I'll win every round as long as I'm the one with the biggest booms.
And Asa, as this is happening, she, I'm just gonna say she finds an empty bowl.
We have
And fills it-
acquired a piece of bark that somewhat resembles a bowl.
Yes, correct.
They can carve wood.
They can carve wood.
They're
So-
not fucking Unga Bungas.
You literally went like. So,
Not the goblins.
Listen.
listen. You're not allowed to say the word listen anymore.
Why not?
Because it always means you're wrong.
Anyway, she takes a visibly carved wooden bowl, fills it with water, and she is visibly trying to practice something. She kind of reaches for her head and just flicks it towards the water as she's trying to tear something
it's Leviosa.
Let me flick your balls. I don't know.
You could have went in the
Of
way
course.
worse direction with that.
It could've
What
been
was the
worse.
worst direction?
You've never heard that awful term. Oh!
What?
Cute is not the word that comes to mind. Word. Okay. I've initiated
Anyway,
a conversation I can't finish.
After spending a few times, she takes the water and makes it into a little squirrel.
Yeah.
As
Do we
she
have anyone
as she
in the
has
party
been
that can do
practicing.
heal, like medicine things?
Elemental
Yes.
Whispers.
I believe both of them are good in medicine. All
Okay.
3 of them, actually.
Just someone who can attempt the roll for it to see if I get a little more HP back when I sleep, because I'm at 9
I can
out
do
of
that.
23.
You would gain the health from your level.
Oh, never mind then. I'm full. I lied.
You wouldn't gain full health, but you would get your level.
What did I earn that level? I think I earned 11 because I rolled a 9. I'm pretty sure. So that would put me at.
Oh, what is your health at, Joe? 7 total?
28 total.
Okay.
I gained 14.
You would add 14 to 7, so that's 21.
Yes, I got 11. So.
And then resting overnight, you would gain double your current level, so 4, so you would be at maximum.
Well, that's if someone does the roll.
And
That's paladins, I think.
No, well, no, it doesn't matter.
it's fine. And the reason,
Well, I'm at 20. Never mind.
okay.
I did it anyways.
The reason she was kind of towards her head and flicking her way, she was trying to tear apart, like trying to tear a piece of possible sentient consciousness.
Brain goop.
I call it soul juice.
What are you doing there?
I haven't visited the Astral Clock Tower in a while. I don't have any brain goop.
Fuck. Something I've been trying to do for the last past year. Might as well since we're resting. I give it a shot.
Good luck with that.
my family likes to talk about.
Good luck with that. I'm feeling very hyper for some reason. I'm gonna go take like 3 walks. Well, because I'm guessing I don't need to sleep anymore.
No, you don't.
For how long? Like just this rest, pretty much?
No, forever.
Oh no. I don't like that shrug for you, Beatrix. You're a plant now, actually.
She is not a plant.
As you go to make like the healing thing, though, I imagine it would just be like a quick like treatment of like minor wounds that I got in the battle,
just cuts
pretty
and
much.
abrasions.
Were we given like basically like tents or an equivalent, like a hutch made out of like fucking reed grass and shit to sleep in at the village?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are given something to sleep under, basically.
So, like,
Which is just as well, because it begins to rain. Not conveniently, because it is also raining in Florida.
where it is always raining somewhere.
It's a fucking shit show.
Grab some popcorn. It's
And-
time for the shit show.
And seeing nothing happening again, she stops and just.
But you, in the process of like being about to do the healing thing for the rest before we like expedite outward to see, basically her just getting ready for bed, and she's setting the sword that's at her right hip like to the side, very gingerly and very far away from where she sleeps, before she like unclips the other one from her belt. She's just getting ready.
That sword looks considerably nicer than the one you're using now.
No. The one on the right hip is the one that's just got the plain. Or the one on the right hip is the one that she uses in her left hand, and that's the super ornate scabbard. The one on the left is the like plain black shitty one.
Oh, okay then.
So she's setting the one that is on the left hip to the side, I
No,
guess.
strictly speaking, there's nothing stopping you from beating them with the scabbard as a second weapon.
Yeah, but I need a free hand, remember? Free
That's
hand
true,
fighter.
you're a free hand fighter.
But she sets the one on the left hip to the side then, I guess. Sorry, very gingerly before she goes about unbelting the like right one. I misdirected you. It's a bit. Oh God, what have you done? Can you not injure yourself?
Oh god, that was the axe.
I'm fine.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Did it take off anything? Did it break
If
skin?
I had lost toes, first, I want the axe. I brought it over here for me.
No, you'll hurt yourself with it, just like you hurt yourself with the Kopatch.
This isn't okay. That was almost a year ago. I sliced my finger down about as far as I could with that thing. Give me the axe back.
God damn you, Amy! She gingerly, her hand never gets near the handle also. Like, she's basically holding it like this as she's setting it to the side.
You know if
Don't mind me.
You have a lot of respect for that sword, don't you?
Indeed. It belonged to my mother, I was told. A bit of a family heirloom, I guess. I don't really use it, but it's nice to keep it near.
Why don't you
Listen.
bloody it?
is it just a ceremonial thing or?
No, it's a fully legitimate sword. I've heard it cut wickedly. I just prefer not to use it. For honor, I guess.
I understand that, but I mean, surely 2 swords is better than 1.
Have you ever held one?
No.
That's not entirely true. Double the swords doesn't mean half the effort. I'm much more accustomed to fighting with a free hand than a sword in one. And fighting left-handed actually wields me a great many advantages in a fight. Many people aren't ready for it. So I was given this one. Fuck! I'm confusing myself now, goddamn. I was given this one when I left the monastery and finally stopped needing a training sword. It was a gift from Master Ravenfeather.
Monastery. Where was this monastery?
I think I may know what it is.
Tyson Monastery? I've specifically been asked not to disclose its specific location. Suffice
Roll
to say,
history.
it
if
is
you
on
have it.
an island.
I have no knowledge, anything trained.
You have no knowledge of any kind.
This class doesn't offer any knowledge skills.
You know you can still put ranks in them, right?
There just won't be class skills.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but I didn't put ranks in them. I did.
What's
they
your
were
intelligence
absolutely
bonus?
necessary. Intelligence bonus is +1.
So it would be a 2 in whatever you put a
Roll,
rank in.
roll a solid d20 plus your intelligence.
No problem.
There is not a remote chance in hell you have literally ever heard of their monastery.
Excellent.
Did you say 19?
Mm-hmm.
And there wasn't a remote chance in hell? Rip.
Afraid I don't know of it.
It's been kept a secret, purposefully. Only few were supposed to go there.
Do you miss her?
I miss certain things, but it was explicitly told to me, many times, not the least of which was the day I left, that it was very important I see the world. And I've had a lot of fun doing that so far, even though I ended up marooned here.
I will say one thing I don't miss about G-John Sten is the damn mysticism.
There wasn't too much of that. I don't miss the thorns. I don't miss the thorns.
I'd imagine not.
What about you? What about you, Jolene? Where are you from?
A small kingdom.
I'm gonna go change those over really quick.
So, just in the south section of Ava?
Yeah. Afraid I don't know of that place. Well, much of it.
The southern portion of Ava, once you guys get past the desert, is a very large collection of like bustling city-states that are relatively consistently in a state of like eclectic and highly profitable economic trade or on the verge of war.
So like Venice and its relationship with most of the other parts of Italy, or like the Tamil Kings in India.
Yeah, kind of. Imagine places about as populated, and that would account for a large portion of the southern part of the continent.
Okay.
She would know that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
Not at all.
But Jolene also would.
Yeah, she knows Ava exists.
I've been wanting to travel to Ava myself, actually. I've heard there's much to see there.
It's a relatively nice place, so long as you stay out of the desert and don't go too far north.
And stay out of the blasted lands and try not to wander too much in the swamps and
Oh, I definitely need to go to Ava.
I prefer not to go to Ava if that's the case. There's a lot to avoid there. Seems.
I mean, I'm sure that there's shitholes anywhere you go. I mean, hey, this whole place is a shithole, right?
What's the point in seeing the world if you don't test your mettle a little?
I like that.
I was trained for a reason. There were numerous trials I went through, not the least of which was the thorns.
Damn.
But it had to have been for a reason, and I would hate to put it to waste. That's why I'm so adamant about training with Cannonball and and anyone else who's willing.
Good way of thinking about things.
Roll a fortitude save for me, Beatrix.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Nothing happens. I guess.
Did I feel something
Add
come
a
on?
temporary bonus to your dexterity and strength of +1.
Oh.
Not to the bonus itself, just to the stat.
May I see the mattress real quick?
Sure.
Sounds like the rain is coming down hard out there. Hopefully it helps me sleep.
I'm gonna go take a walk.
Okay. Enjoy yourself. Don't forget to rest, I suppose, before we head out.
I just don't feel tired for some reason, and I think I know why. Just very pointed glare at Fizzlex, like at Fizzlex direction.
She's chemically assisted.
Oh, the.
Yes.
Not my choice.
How is it?
Buzzy.
I never saw anything like that at the monastery, that's for sure.
Currently, you don't actually feel all that weird. You do feel immensely energetic.
She takes her ring off and sets it next to the sword with just the plain black scabbard with like they have the same insignia emblazoned into them.
I guess it can't be much worse than this stuff.
Oh, but I mean, depending on your perspective, it's significantly more powerful than tobacco.
In any case, enjoy yourselves.
Hold it. And you hold it as well. Green nose.
Green
How-
nose.
They're like
Oh, yes.
purpley, aren't they?
Oh.
Or like bluish?
Goblins?
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't they?
No, they're red.
Oh,
they
they're red?
are red.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah!
That's why I paint them all red.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, whatever color nose. How we keep talking about resting, and now you want to leave. There's a goblin in this house, and we want to sleep? What's to say he doesn't kill us in our sleep?
I mean, he had plenty of opportunity to blow us up.
But we were all armed.
I don't think
We
that would have
still
stopped
are.
the bomb.
But we're going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Well,
We can't defend ourselves.
We're not the
in our
only
sleep.
ones in the village.
if I had really intended to kill you all, I think one of the worst things I possibly could have done was give her a substance that would keep her awake all night.
Just be over here.
You can just sit in the corner.
You and I can be good friends then.
At the very least, I can keep you company while you work.
Not a whole lot of work to do without tasks at night.
But just, Jolene, I wouldn't. I understand your concern, but I don't get the feeling from him.
I do.
Yes.
Safety mechanisms.
He just can't give you this type of honor because he's lacking the fingers to do so.
If,
That's the reason why.
if it makes you feel better, I'll watch it the whole time.
It does.
Okay?
Well, with that, I think I'll be going to sleep.
Have fun.
Thank you for the medical treatment.
Of course, anytime.
And she just lays back, very peacefully goes to sleep.
Beatrix just sits in the corner and, like, I'm guessing both of you eventually go to sleep.
After Asa is just looking at her last cigarette and just,
Save it for when we get off the island.
oh, I plan on it.
That'll be a cause for celebration for
Do you
sure,
want me to
just out
hold
of
it?
character. That is, if we get off the island.
And she puts it in her bag. I can put it in my bag where it won't get wet.
I can just dry it off.
Just remove the moisture from it.
That's
Just,
I mean, if you've got magical means at your disposal, you might as well use them. Just suck the moisture
Yeah,
out.
she takes the box the cigarettes were in, puts it outside, waits for it to get all nice and wet, brings it back in, draws the water out of it, splashes it aside.
I guess.
Anyway, you guys have a good evening. I'm turning in.
you don't need to stay awake, I promise. You'll be fine.
Miss Paranoid.
I will sleep with one eye
So, over the course of the evening, Volthea, you dream.
I was gonna fucking say that.
What?
I was gonna say that since she like stayed awake, she definitely heard the sounds of Volthea like dreaming restlessly.
You dream about a combatant that you've never seen before, wielding a blade you don't fully recognize. At first, it seems evenly matched. You trade blows like the katas that you were taught in the monastery. And after the first 3 or 4 steps, there's a moment where your opponent lurches forward and just whacks the blade out of your hand. Or at least, that's what it looks like, until you look down at your sword and realize that it has been cut in half, straight through.
Fucking shit.
It's like a good old,
Not unlike the sound that made.
it's like a good old samurai movie. The top of your sword flies away and digs itself into a just kind of gray ethereum that this whole scene is taking place in.
Is it the family sword or the other one?
The sword that they're wielding?
Yes.
It's the sword that they wield normally now.
The one that is on the right, the fancy looking sheath with the like D-guard saber and shit.
After that, you are run through with the sword that the other person is wielding, and as they pull you closer, like, they take their hand, and on their hand is the sigil that you've been looking for, and they place it over your face before you wake up in the morning.
She just jolts awake with like.
Asa is still very much asleep.
Good morning! Good morning.
And she like looks over at both of her swords, which I assume are undisturbed.
Yes. Beatrix is still in the same position she was last time, but she has her mask on and is like holding like her head to her staff, and there's words like, and she's quietly saying something that sounds like a prayer.
We had an excellent evening discussing the particulars of substance-aided combat.
I do agree, though.
Well, you didn't wake up.
God, I'm tired.
Roll a fortitude save.
Oh boy.
She just fucking.
What did you roll?
It's gonna be 14.
You're definitely not tired,
Oh, okay,
but
never mind.
you do lose 2 hit points.
Oh. Does she feel that?
I mean, this would have been over the course of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
She got book slammed with meth.
Though she,
Void
okay, so
map.
she doesn't say she's tired. She just says, "Stomach's awful, feeling awful though. You okay, by the way?"
Yes. And she looks down at her hand again.
Terrors in the night.
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
I suffered them quite a bit at the monastery, but I'm afraid it's gotten worse rather than better. I figured age would do something. Hopefully battlefield experience does, though I highly doubt that from what I've heard of battlefields.
Yeah, I don't think it does. It might just get easier over time, though.
Well, that's something.
Most fortuitous that our recording device is portable.
And battery
Ah.
operated!
Yes.
Indeed.
The lack of our
More
lights will provide
fortuitous.
for quite the environment. We could light the lanterns.
We can light the lanterns.
It won't be much light, but we can see.
It is something. We can see what our dice are.
It's been 0 days since a cup was dropped in this house.
I didn't drop a cup.
There was a cup dropped.
There was a cup dropped.
Drop it.
I am an idiot. I was gonna look for a lighter, and there were matches right fucking there.
We need lamp oil for either of them?
Nope.
Don't
That should be fine.
Oh!
Rope, lamp oil, you got it? You want it? Or, yeah, you want it?
You want it?
You want it?
I've got it. As long as you've got the rubies.
I can't believe all of you getting it wrong.
I haven't played the fucking game. I just know he says rubies instead of
Lamp oil.
rubies.
Excuse me, I don't have fucking Wand of Gameline because it's $100 game for the Philips CDI.
I think that one's actually facing the people.
Maybe,
That boy.
Balls?
Yes,
What?
our power went out.
It's yours, my friend. So long as you got
the
rubies.
rubies.
The rubies.
No, he says rubies.
He says rubies.
Oh, okay.
Look at you fucking getting it wrong.
Ooh,
Oh,
I'm
she's
sorry.
on- she's on
I'm
the phone.
sorry.
Shit, she's on the phone.
I'm sorry, Link, but you just can't afford these. Come back when you're a little richer.
Come back with more rubies. Why does he say fucking rubies? They're
Because
rubies.
they didn't give a shit. They were the fucking Zelda games for the CDI. The Philips. I just want to point this out again. The Philips CDI.
Yes.
Philip.
The reject of the PlayStation.
Yep.
Alright. So, her stomach feels awful. Both of them are still asleep.
Yes.
So she starts putting all her fucking shit back on, like getting her armor back together. She like clasps like the cape she's got over the one shoulder on with the little raven feathers on it. And as she's like reaching for a ring, she looks at the insignia on it for a second. She takes a deep breath. She puts a glove on over it.
Fizzle has a small wooden box with a plunger on it that he keeps like pushing and twisting. And
Like
it
a
makes
plunger, like fucking.
Yeah, kind of like a hand charging crank sort of thing.
Okay.
Any progress on that? You've been working on it for 3 hours.
I mean, I'm not working on it. It's just I like the noise it makes, and he plunges it again, and it makes this quick whirring noise, and there's a pop at the end of it.
I was thinking that you were.
He's been making
I
noise for 3
literally
hours.
cannot produce bombs without an oxidant.
Well,
My phone's gonna fucking die, so then you guys know.
What? No, it's not.
Depending on how long the power stays out, my phone will fucking die.
It's at 78, like right now.
Oh, I guess. Okay.
It still has some juice.
And I have a new battery that's not my old shitty one.
Even better.
alright.
So she's go ahead and like climbing her way out of the stack of hay with the fucking animal belt on it. That is the bed. I'm picturing like fucking Skyrim shit.
Fair, man.
And she's preparing herself a notably meat lacking like breakfast from the ration she has.
Well,
You are not hungry either.
me.
Yes. Your stomach hurts, but you're not hungry.
Hey, Fizzlewick,
Yes.
how long does this last?
Until it doesn't.
With how much he gave you, which was a lot of the vial.
I mean, he didn't give a substantive amount to her. That'd be a waste.
I was about to say.
So this is an until I crash thing.
Pretty much.
Let's hope that that's not during something important. Yeah.
I mean, most people's first time they get 3, sometimes 4 days out of it.
Holy fuck.
Me, however, I'm acclimated. I can skip about 1 night's worth of sleep per dose.
Oh, that's using my data now. Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
because the
shit.
Wi-Fi is down.
Oh shit, that's right.
Does he wear a
Do
trench coat?
you want me to stop it? Do you have any like?
I have data limitations.
It's
on
not
how
a
much
drug
I can
first.
figure out.
Oh, you do.
The first hit's free.
The first hit's free.
Second one will cost you.
If y'all want music, I have like 4 gigs of unused data y'all could use.
That's fine.
That's alright.
I really need to make the switch to unlimited again. I was on unlimited for a fucking long time.
Yeah. Oh, I'll turn off your data.
Well, in any case,
Just,
And,
just so it doesn't run up.
and Beatrix stands up, and I'm just gonna like poke Jolene with my staff. Hey,
What?
welcome to life.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You didn't die, and the goblin didn't do anything.
Let me imitate Asa. Hold on.
I promise you, I have no plans to kill you.
Oh,
Unless
God.
our relationship should rapidly change.
Asa.
Huh?
That's the
gotta
wake up
stop
noise.
right now.
No,
No, that's her waking up.
Poke.
Like
she
the-
is,
the
no,
snore.
she's not waking up.
Oh, I thought the snore was you like getting
No,
up.
no, that's her. That's her past the fuck.
That's
her
been
past the
going
fuck
on
out.
this whole time.
Absolutely.
That's why you were praying.
I've been tuning it out. No, that's an everyday thing.
Oh,
That's why you were
the brain
praying.
helped, I hope.
Hold on. And he pulls out a small, like a vial maybe this big, which is almost completely empty. And then he pulls out a little bit of sugar cane and gets like a knife and scoops some of the sugar out of the cane puts it in the same vial, and then he mixes in like a semi-liquid kind of weird goop, and he's got about that much of it in a vial that's maybe that wide around.
Okay.
And then he gets like a little leaf and drops it into the leaf.
Hold on, I want to see where he's going with this.
He pulls out a little bit of twine, about that long, sticks one end of it into the bottom of the plunger, and sticks the other end of it in the goop on the end of this leaf, and then he folds the leaf in half, and the goop like tacks it together. Watch. And he goes and sits right next to Ace's ear and hits the plunger. The twine burns and the leaf pops, and it's about as loud as a firecracker.
Oh God.
That's fair, so hold on.
Both is just watching this like. Oh, fucking. we get the imitation. This is. What's happening? Are we under fire?
We're under attack! We're being attacked!
On your feet, Asa!
That's both the choice.
Stands up, takes a little bit of water out of her horn and just splashes the goblin with a little bit.
No, seriously, we're definitely under attack.
That was the last of my potassium nitrate.
Oh.
Thanks.
And you spent it on a gaff?
I had this much!
What the fuck else is he gonna do with it?
Okay.
Volthia found great amusement in your
Alright.
suffering.
I had less than an adequate serving of table salts left.
Well,
Yes,
10 points for something very funny, but minus several million for good sense, yeah?
So
Why?
Asa goes by, like, I assume there's a table. She sits down and just. And she's starting to drift off again.
I have to respect the practice hit that you did the first time to make sure your head hitting the table made an adequate noise for what you were going for, so you could do it again.
Oh no. And just poke.
It's morning time.
It's morning time. I've been sitting here all night just kind of talking. It's been rather nice, actually.
We're about to get going, I imagine.
I'm glad you think so.
She's buckling the swords to her belt as always, and her hand goes nowhere near the hilt of the one on the left hip.
Yeah, it's actually been rather nice. But come on,
I assume we're going to the field.
beach first.
Okay.
I
Safer that
imagine
way.
beach will be easier and less infested with titanic monstrosities.
That's what I was thinking. Alright.
Don't hedge your bets. But it would be
Her
nice.
hair is just all like a horrible bad.
Cloud. She's Cloud.
Of course.
Just offers you her hand.
She takes it and sends herself on. Alright, I just want you to get
All right. Well, we're leaving in 5 minutes, everyone. So get ready.
Fuck time is it?
Do you have a watch?
Sun. The sun.
Yeah, it's up.
Yep, that's what time it is.
Here, let me check my
It's hard to tell through the canopy.
Is there any sundial anywhere?
Fizzlewick pulls up his wrist, which has a small sundial on it.
How the fuck
Why?
does the sun even fucking hit that?
Because you hold it on your wrist, like parallel to the ground.
I guess we're under.
This
fucking...
is literally a thing people did.
Yeah, but like we're inside a hut under a forest canopy, like a fucking thick jungle.
I assume he walks out from under the fucking.
What the fuck ever? He's got wristwatch. Point taken.
Anyway.
I had an actual watch at one point.
I did too. Lost it during the crash.
Define actual watch.
That rich.
Wait, that's a luxury where you're from?
Vaguely.
Wait, no, hang on. I'm with him. Really?
We don't have much in the village I'm from.
I'm with Asa on this one, actually.
They're like commonplace where I'm from.
Mm.
Even the poorest of the poor can afford a ticker.
And where are you
I
from?
didn't even see one.
That's not as important.
I've seen one, but
Although I did see many like the one you have now.
Yeah, I've seen a few from passing traders and whatnot. But
No, I'm intensely curious now.
I trained under a renowned alchemist somewhere to the north.
Alright.
North is in Ava or north is in Drow?
I mean, that would still be on Ava, but yes, north as in Ava.
Alright.
I did a large portion of my training in Capitus.
Fascinating. I've always wanted. I've only visited Capitus once.
She's wetting her hair, trying to fix it.
Fucking use an anime hair gel.
It's a big old place with lots of people.
She's not that weak. She's just tying it in a ponytail.
It's an excellent example of
Abundance.
exactly.
And
And
no one goes hungry, and even the poor can afford to celebrate.
I can think of no finer place in the world.
You pass me
There
my
are
phone, Siri.
definitely finer. Shitholes rife with crime, murder, and theft.
Well, every society has its dregs, unfortunately.
I mean, they're right to be upset. What good is it to live in abundance of steel and stone when the crops die? You can't eat rocks. Unless you're a kobold.
Kobolds are weird.
Plate.
Alright, so I guess we've had enough time to wake up. I suggest we eat on the way there if we haven't already.
Oh, I
Start making
already
our way.
Aha!
Ah!
Salvation!
Power returns.
Salvation! We wait a few minutes and see if it stays on, and if it does, I'll get the ambiance going again.
And there it goes.
There
Never
it
mind.
is.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Good thing we didn't go ahead and try that again.
Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Lord. It's fine.
Well,
To the beach we go. You guys can eat on the way, I suppose.
Yeah, I will.
I'm not hungry, but you're all welcome to.
When did you eat?
She scrounges
I haven't felt it. Haven't felt the need yet.
she scrounges up like a. I'd imagine the beasts here are quite substantial, like in size.
What are you gathering?
Big meat, like big just hunk of meat that she's
The
going
village is
hunting.
not going to give you a big hunk of meat.
Damn.
Meat harm.
She gets whatever meat they give her.
They give you about that much.
That's enough. That's fine.
One salted jerk.
A singular
One.
salted jerk.
They give you one slice of bacon, and it's the shitty one. The one that's like
All fat
that
and chewy.
long before it's been put in the pan.
It's all fat and it's chewy and shitty.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
first of all, chewy bacon is excellent.
Oh, shut
Oh,
your
shut
fucking
up.
mouth. That is the dumbest thing
I
I've
will
ever heard
pike
you say.
your fucking face, you
Yeah,
bastard.
you pipe your fucking toes off first, you clumsy idiot. Eating fucking chewy bacon.
Of course you don't like chewy bacon. You fucking hate ham.
Crispy bacon is clearly the superior bacon.
I didn't say that crispy bacon wasn't superior.
Okay, as long as there's that.
Anyway,
Okay.
Well, I mean, you guys are
Asa
welcome to
grumbles
have
a
that
little
stuff.
bit, but she begrudgingly takes that bacon and starts
Bacon
like,
strips.
like eating small pieces at a time so it lasts.
You take like
You take the Squidward bite. The...
of the fucking Krabby Patty.
Yep.
Essentially. And then she just eats like berries and other things that they give her. And then she goes on her merry way, expecting the others to follow.
Yeah. Let's go.
She just fucking like finishes eating and is just like this way.
Essentially.
I mean, strictly speaking, if you walk in any direction long enough, you will arrive at the beach.
correct.
Yeah. I do like to imagine though that she just goes like this way, and then Balthia like grabs her shoulder and turns her around.
Rather,
Actually-
you will arrive at the ocean.
Listen, like, Tyler, you give her too much credit. Because what she's doing, she didn't even stop to eat. She has the food, she's like, alright. And just walks, like, not even.
Sadly.
Oh, this way.
way.
Alright.
There we go.
All right, come on, we're burning daylight.
I like
She's-
watching them twitch on their first time.
She is.
This
getting twitchy.
seems ominous somehow, and I can't put my
Don't
finger
worry
on
about
why.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not hearing any of this because I'm walking forward, just like, come on.
That's fair.
I feel like I should be worried about this.
Slow down. We're not all cooked up.
I feel perfectly
You
fine.
put too many O's in that sentence.
Hmm?
You put too many O's in that sentence.
Correct.
I
Yeah,
feel
I know.
per-
I know.
Yeah, I feel perfectly fine, and so should you. You got more sleep than me.
Alright. So. You guys begin heading towards the beach first, yeah?
The beach.
Yep.
This is the beach episodes, after all.
Sure.
Go ahead
This is
and
the beach campaign.
roll a perception check for me, the entire party.
You got it.
I am corking my dice at just the right time. I would prefer to roll them on the table if possible. Oh, I can roll them on this. Ha!
That's a nice noise.
That's got a nice yeet
I
to
got
it.
23.
Okay, you got a 23.
That's going to be a
22.
Okay. 7 plus 6 is 13.
23.
Okay. And then what did you get?
16.
Okay, well, literally everyone notices this in its entirety.
Yeet.
Just before you guys break through the last of the brush and make yourselves fully revealed onto the beach, something catches your eye. About 100 feet to the side and off towards the edge of the water, there is what appears to be a small rowboat. And on it, or rather next to it, there are a trio of individuals. And a little bit past that, there is another small rowboat with a trio of individuals. Both of them are carrying chests and have a number of firearms.
Stature, how tall are these individuals looking?
Um,
Like goblinoid?
They're of various heights of the humanoid race.
Watch for bet.
They're probably going back to their ship somewhere.
They're probably pirates.
That's what I'm thinking.
It looked like they just landed.
I agree.
And if they've got guns, we can just skip the whole me looking for potassium nitrate. And, I can take their shit.
Sounds more
You're presumably
significantly more
overpowered
fortuitous.
the party with guns.
Yeah.
How many of them are there?
There are 6 total, 3 of which are armed with like an arquebus, and the remaining 3 are armed with swords.
Alright.
And they each have a chest with them that is about this big, about that tall, maybe about that wide.
Oh, is that one not?
Did
Sounded like it.
No?
Oh, okay.
No, not.
Yeah, I've heard that too, but it sounded like in this vague episode.
Hey,
Well,
What?
oh, stuff.
big ass box.
Big ass box.
Big
Who
ass
is it,
box.
who is it addressed to?
Big ass box.
Your mother.
Ah, okay.
Your mother.
You didn't close the door.
I know. Hang on.
Your mom.
Was Gordon fed this morning?
Yes.
6 total. The rest was swords. All we've gotten.
I don't have much experience with guns.
How many bombs could you make from the gunpowder?
Depends on how much they have.
Say a reasonable amount.
Define a reasonable amount. I think you and I have very different definitions of what enough explosion is.
Each man carries 20 bullets.
20 bullets. Okay, well, judging by the size and bore of their arquebus, those cartridges would be about that wide across. They'd be about that long, filled about that much with powder. And then he pulls out a little notebook, and he's got a piece of charcoal that he begins writing out with. If they each carry 20, that's 60 between them. That leaves me with about a kilogram of powder. Now, assuming I mix that with some of my own stuff, I could probably bring down a reasonably sized building if I built one charge.
Would you be
Tempting.
willing to fight for this gunpowder alongside us if this were to happen?
Sure, but I don't have a weapon.
What assistance can you provide in a fight? 0
0
days
days.
since the staff is dropped in this house.
Oh, you're gonna have to food.
Oh fuck, my clothes were mid-dry.
Oh,
That's rough, bud.
that is rough.
That's rough.
I don't know. I'd be perfectly willing to assist if I had a weapon.
Don't you have a hammer?
Yes, but that's the hammer that's a special hammer.
It's Ma's hammer.
One of you give your spare weapon to the goblin if he decides to fight.
I have a steel axe.
That's the one you're using.
That's the one you're using.
No. She has the shit from the other dude, remember?
Yeah.
Like the spare armor and equipment she's carrying.
Oh yeah.
Take
That's
that.
Just give trusty old axe
excellent.
and hit him.
Alright, so are
That'll
we,
do.
alright, so are we choosing to engage?
Hang on.
I think we are.
Hang on a moment.
This is getting into a
Okay.
fucking weeb stance.
What is it you're doing, Beatrix?
Fucking shit.
Stand back. I have an idea.
Okay. I'm more afraid than I've been in a while.
Will this waste the element of surprise? Because I'd rather not if we're going against...
They'll know I'm here, but they won't know all of you are. And if it goes well, you'll have the upper hand in a pretty major way.
This is a bold strategy. The last time you served as a distraction, you ended up unconscious.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I have a really good feeling somehow. I got a good feeling about this, guys.
Beatrix.
Roll a fortitude save.
Right now, I have a really good...
It's 4 plus 4.
Okay, you take 2 additional damage. However, your bonus to strength and dexterity increases by 1 again.
Hey, cool.
That's that good shit.
That's that good shit.
That good shit.
The good shit. Alright.
Okay, so I'm at 5 damage so far. About this.
Alright then, I suppose we should try and get in position to...
I hope to God you're not
Take
going to risk your
advantage of
life
this
because of a
distraction.
high you're feeling.
Just. Hang on.
So roughly how far away are we from this
About 100 feet.
sextuple?
Yeah.
So we've got about 100 feet between us. If I took a double run, I could, I think, clear that in one round. Like if I were to sprint.
I'd imagine if they're pirates, they're not too keen on talking either.
This might sound like a stupid question, but do they look piratey? Do they have a Yarhar vibe to them?
They are wearing ramshackle gear of varying make and model.
Does one perhaps have a red coat or a hook for a hand?
None of them have hooks for hands.
Do they have any hats?
None of them have. Well, I mean, they've got like bandanas.
Pirates!
That is.
This is old Pegleg Wilkerson.
None of them have peg legs.
Fuck! So there's only like a 50% chance they're pirates.
Any
One-
parrots?
Huh?
Any parrots?
One of them has a mechanical hand.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Parrots.
cool.
That could have a hook in it. Was that a...
Fair enough.
He looks so fucking disappointed.
You know, this
It's
is
the
actually,
look on your face that's killing me.
this is probably a terrible idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Well, at least let us get into a position where we won't be seen once you do whatever it is you're planning.
Wish the power was back. I'm hungry.
Let's just go to Taco Bell.
Let's just go talk about
Their power's out too.
Hi, bro.
Well, yeah, this will work. Okay, I think I have a good feeling about this.
Let's get to it.
So she puts her mask on, her mask on, gives a thumbs up, and starts walking towards the pirates.
Thumbs up to the party or thumbs up to them? Like you're just walking up to them like
Thumbs up to the party.
you're like the fucking you just walk up to them.
You have like a cloak, right?
Wow, you're really good.
You have like a cloak, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Fizzlewick follows behind you, making sure to stay completely in the shadow of your cloak.
Just a word of advice. The ground might get a little unfriendly.
Yeah. Alright.
I imagine the rest of the party probably is like sticking close to her, but like in the bushes,
Mm-hmm.
like walking.
Correct.
So
I'd
she,
imagine so.
yeah, she approaches the pirates and just goes, "Hello? Hello?
What?
Oh my God, you're the first people I've seen in, it must have been a week. My ship went down and I crashed on this island. Could you get me out of here?"
So as you walk closer, and you discern between them, of the 6 of them, 2 of them have their like faces covered with a bandana over their hair and a bandana over their mouth.
Oh, super pirates.
And they've got like blacked out like charcoal on over their eyes. So they're just like completely, they don't say anything. Those are 2 of the 3 who are carrying guns. One of the guys with a sword, he has a saber significantly larger than the average. It's about that long, and at its widest is about that wide. And it is because he is 6.5 feet tall. He's got a little bit of an underbite. He's got a little tooth that sticks out over his lip. He's got he's completely pale skinned. He's missing one of his eyebrows, and he's completely bald. And he's the one who's talking to you. And he's got a big old scar over his face.
What?
And then the other 4, one is a lithe elven individual who has like, they've got, I don't know, like first matey type clothes on. They've got the baggy striped pants and like
the like white shirt.
Mm-hmm, with a little bit of the fluff, the frills. They've got short red hair and eyebrows out to here because all my elves are blizzard elves.
Big eyebrows.
Yes, they have long eyebrows that come off their face, and then they've got ears that go out about a foot.
Good God.
I
They look like
elves.
fucking Oni masks.
That's how Cora has looked this entire time.
Absolutely.
It's true.
And
She's actually had those eyebrows?
Asa, like,
I was not
Asa, her
aware.
eyebrows don't extend to that much because she's not full elf, but they're just a little longer. Ears aren't as long, but they're still pretty fucking gnarly.
Fucking Jesus.
The elves are very expressive.
Apparently, I was unaware this whole time just how expressive they were.
Yeah. And then the other 2 are a pair of humans who have brown hair. They're both 5'6". One has a scar over their right eye, one has a scar over their left eye. Both have brown eyes, and they look nearly identical except for their scars.
Okay.
Carolyn and Justine, but pirates.
What do you want?
Like I said, my ship went down about a week ago. I've been surviving off of nuts. I can work my passage. I want to go home.
What's your name?
My name's Beatrix. What's yours?
That's a very weird name.
I love them.
My name's Grog.
There we go. There it is.
I'm glad that I'm wearing my mask.
He picks his nose a little bit and puts his hand out to shake yours.
Don't be impolite.
Don't be impolite.
It's nice to meet you, pretty lady.
Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too, kind sir.
He's fucking rad.
Who are all you people?
He's hilarious.
Is this your home?
No. To call it our home would be,
Is this the elf?
yes.
Yes, of course it's a fucking elf!
To call it our home would be woefully inaccurate, I'm afraid.
Oh, are there other islands around here? Maybe some with more, walls?
Okay. Yes, there are plenty of islands. Call any of them home requires only the most insane nutcases.
This is how Cora's talked this whole time, too.
However,
No, it's not.
We are also without a home.
Oh.
We are marooned, I assume, as you have been.
Oh, that's awful. I'm rolling insight.
You mean sense motive?
Yeah, that. I got a 1.
Well, that's nothing.
He's telling the truth, as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Confirm my suspicions. I don't think Beatrix still believes him. But she just says, "Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear. Are these pedal boats the only thing you have?"
At the moment, yes. But that's a solvable problem. Plenty of trees around.
Well, what do you
Jack and Jace are both children of a famous shipwright, so I'm sure we can find our way out of here eventually.
The twins wave in unison.
They each wave with the opposite
Yeah.
hand.
I now feel bad. I maybe shouldn't have gotten their names. Let's plan on robbing them. Well, okay. So she says, well, what are you all doing here, if I can ask? You said you were marooned, but you've got those boats. Are the other islands close?
Our big ship got destroyed. Our captain made a wrong turn. We ended up under the eye of a storm late in the evening.
Is this all? Hey, does this happen to our boat too?
It is what happened to your boat as well, yes.
That's awful. That happened to our boat too.
Yeah, there's pretty bad weather out here in this part of the world.
Pretty bad.
I love Grog so much.
I like Grog too.
Grog is great. I also love the excessively fucking pawn self.
Hey,
No.
here's a thought. So these guys are wearing red bandanas, you said.
They have a multitude of colors about them. What is your...
Do I recognize anything that they're wearing as any, like, emblems or insignia that would belong to the pirates that sank our that attacked our ship?
They are not the pirates that... Oh, wait, that attacked your ship?
Yes.
We weren't attacked by pirates.
You weren't.
No, we weren't.
No, bad weather just fucking took a
No,
shot.
it was another. We were.
You were being escorted by some pirates, but they are also not of them.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it was
thought you were
just
saying- I thought
And carry with them terrible storms. We appear to be at a very interesting intersection of equatorial winds, both blowing up from the south and down from the north. They have a tendency to generate some pretty nasty temporary maelstroms.
It's actually just the never-ending storms that this.
I'd say it. The storm that took down our ship was pretty gnarly.
They come and go as quickly as the tides rise and fall. We only had a few minutes, really. Grabbed our good stuff and got on a boat.
You're alone in this.
I fucking love Grog. He's a simple man.
He's a
This
simple
conversation's going on for a while.
The big ass saber.
And I'd imagine like
How
Asa is just staring at the bushes, just seeing your character just continue to talk with zero signal. Asa's just
I've had a lot of beans.
Beam.
that's
show.
fair.
I'm waiting for a move immediately to happen.
No.
Man,
Okay, that's
show.
That's
Well.
good. That just Ace is patiently waiting for any sort of signal to come out. There has been none.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that you've had such bad luck.
It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Oh, I don't want to kill them. They seem nice.
You see, Asa, you see next to you, Balthia is like utterly motionless, and definitely statuesque, so much so that a small snake slithers over her boot, like not even knowing her to be living.
And she like kind of like puts her finger on like the beak of her mask, and like. And I'm sorry that it's about to get a lot worse. And I cast Entangle.
Man, you're really just gonna full on not even be like, do you guys want to be friends?
Okay, yeah. No,
Wow!
no.
Wow.
No,
Just
no,
fucking.
no.
Just
No,
fucking.
no. You cast entangle.
It's gonna get a lot worse.
I
by the
feel
way.
instantly bad about this.
Also,
Yeah.
also Tyler.
We'll try and roll
Tyler,
a 1.
as your motion was.
And you
would-
can
Well,
pass
you
it
would
off
have
as
still.
missing.
You would have still cast a hostile spell.
Well, you can
Read,
like.
read
you
the
would-
rules for entangle.
You would,
can,
you
like,
would,
pass
you
it
would
off
notice
as
Ace
I feel
surround
bad
herself
about
with
this,
water.
actually.
The water slowly surrounds her body, and she clenches her fist and twists it, and the water turns into ice.
Oh shit.
Well, read me the rules for entangle.
So she
Okay, then you don't cast entangle. Continue. Because I'm not gonna belabor the point.
that was fucking funny. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
okay. I need to maybe step back from the aggro.
So you're telling me you don't want to be like just. What's in the chests, their clothes, something.
I mean, they seem like decent people.
You know,
Seem like.
It's a bad thing.
We're marooned with no resources. They have resources we take.
Or we become friends to share resource.
Maybe you
That works,
take,
too.
but I'm
That
gonna try my
works.
luck. So she there's a doomed timeline where that happens, and then she immediately got shot by 3 different people and died.
I mean,
Fair. That
Listen.
sounds right. Sounds about right.
But and then she says, "Well,
the two guys who have the blacked out eyes are taking the boats further into the shore, and they've grabbed some like wooden stakes and overturned the boats and are like sitting under them.
she's been talking too long.
Is-
Something's off.
is it maybe we could, if you're trapped here as well, maybe we could work together."
We've got Mace. My name's Marisi. Yeah, we've got Mace and JJ.
He points at each of the twins.
And the other two.
Well, I mean, there are other people on this island, I think.
Well, if there's anyone too means around, I've got my big old sword.
How do you feel about goblins?
And then Skane over there with his rifle, and he points at one of the dudes with the blacked out eyes. And then we've got Missy.
That is 7.
Huh?
That's 7.
No?
Skane, Missy, Grog, Maurice, or whatever.
Marisi.
And then JJ, who's
Yeah.
the 2 twins.
Did you say there's one called Mace too?
That's
Mace is
Marisi.
him saying Marisi's name wrong.
Oh.
Yeah.
Too many syllables. Way too many syllables.
How do you feel about goblins?
Well, they can be good folks sometimes. They're rarely agreeable.
Meanwhile, Fizzlewick is behind me, just like,
Honestly fair.
He's like
well,
about to get offended. Just
what if I told you that there is a bunch of goblins on this island, and a lot of them are hostile pricks, and there's a big treasure in the middle?
Hey, wait a minute, lady. Didn't you say that you were marooned? That you had recently been dropped off here?
Yes.
as recently as a week, anyways.
Well, how would you know that?
I've been walking around this island the whole time. For some reason, I haven't slept in a while. And just tap, 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 tap.
Hey, yeah, you're looking a little twitchy, lady.
Oh,
Which one is that?
It's a
The other
combination
J.
of the twins.
At the same time.
Yes.
They're just standing at the end of a hall.
Alright, looks like Nicey's are about to end. They're getting a little hostile.
well, hi.
Maybe.
Give us a signal, come on.
To be honest, I found something under a rock and ate it. I was very hungry. I haven't slept since.
That could get you killed, you know.
I'm aware.
First time for everything.
I love it. That could get you killed. I know.
Yeah. That'll get me off the fucking island, that's for sure.
It should be pretty easy to trust you, seeing as we outnumber you 6-1.
Yes. Yes, you do.
That's why I would like help.
Yes. Obviously, that is the case. You outnumber me. You got me.
So you won't help with some goblins. What's in it for us, though?
There's a big treasure at the middle of the island. Though it's apparently quite perilous.
What good does treasure do us if we can't leave?
There's also
Oh, hold on. We can figure out the leaving part later. What's the treasure?
back in Ava, I was a bit of oh hell, what's the word?
Oh, you from Ava?
Yes, south section, one of the coastal cities. That I don't remember the name. Of out of character. It's
But
in
those
the recording
ones.
somewhere.
One of those.
I'm just gonna go with Coast Rock.
I found a good prop for our fantasy meth.
Please don't. Those are like $5 a
I'm
bag.
not gonna dump them out.
I have to
I'm
custom order
I'm
those.
careful with
Yeah.
them.
Coast Rock.
Oh, I'm from the
Wow, nice stand-up,
Longsword
man.
Barony. Come from a small village. It's a fair ways north, just a little bit a ways from the scar. I remember in the springtime the trees would bloom such a pleasant shade of green.
Just nodding her head like Kermit the Frog.
I come from a village named Smoothstone.
Smoothstone.
Yes,
Sounds like a lovely place.
yes. A lot of people there's a bit like me, little larger than the average folk. When nice villagers would come passing through, they'd say that our brains were as smooth as the stones.
And however right they were.
Oh my god, Grog's the fucking.
Adorable, simple man.
The grimace.
Perhaps it was some kind of compliment.
I would like to think so.
I'm sorry I'm hogging this.
No, you're fine. It's
I'm
adorable.
getting an immense amount of enjoyment out of this.
But so she nods her head a couple times. But I was a bit of a fan, if you could call it, for a lack of a better term, of some of the second age. And there's definitely some old stuff in those ruins.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of old crickety crackers rolling around on Ava.
Well,
You
no,
know,
it's
if you're willing to go digging.
No, it's here though. It's on this island.
Well, isn't that neat?
Grog!
And if you help me out with the goblins, well, you can have fresh pick of whatever's down there.
Grog is the fucking champ.
I don't really know that I need any angry death traps rolling around with gears and springs and what's-its.
I don't need anything other than me sword.
Got a big chopper though if you need me to.
He used the word chopper! Wait, hold on. Is he wearing any red?
No.
Oh, he's not doing it right. He's not fast enough.
It's not one of the evil sons.
No, he's not fast enough.
But I mean, I assume that there's a lot more than old magics down there. There's probably gold.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of magics.
There's
So
only
my dad was killed by a mage once.
Listen, don't mind the simpleton. What is it that you need exactly? Why would we help you dispatch goblins, even if there was promise of treasure at the center of the island? Hey, hold on, hold the phone. Hold the telegram,
I like
Marisi.
this fucking one. Is this
like the scout.
Ian or is this JJ?
one is wearing blue, the other's wearing red.
Yes, there is a blue and a red one.
Yes.
This is
Hey.
this is Jack speaking.
This is fucking John Mulaney's impersonation of a New York bartender. Not for nothing, but for a second I thought you was holding a tiny person.
I mean, we can get the treasure first, you know, like go and get the stuff. Then once we've got all the swag, we can put the boat together and leave. Or maybe there's some really good swag down there, And then Jay starts
He's using
speaking.
the word swag.
And then Jay starts speaking. And he's
Isn't
like,
that the
yeah,
perfect
yeah,
person?
yeah. There could be some really, really good swag. I mean, there's some old world shit. You know, maybe they got like a boat in a bottle, and we flick our fingers, and we're on our way home.
You notice that they're wearing matching bandanas. One of them's red and one of them's white, and they both say Supreme on them.
I've also heard, and she taps the one of the bands of her mask a couple times. I've heard that there's a way out down there.
That looks very expensive.
Thank you. It's
She's still fucking.
one of the only things I have.
Oh, that's very sad.
Just
It's a
eyes.
nice piece.
I don't think he's getting anywhere. The ice armor she has goes back into her bottle and just.
You know, maybe we
Just
should
sits
drop
down.
the charade. I don't know that this is gonna go anywhere. That's immediately violent.
Gordon is just lame.
Yeah.
Beatrix's coat. And they're like, look out, lady, there's a goblin!
No, hold on.
It's right there.
Hold on.
Is it one of the nice ones?
This is a nice one.
Right. Nice one.
You said that the goblins can be decent folk, to quote a man who's definitely very smart.
Well, that's very nice of you. I always consider myself a bit of a smarty philosopher type.
Just nodding.
People don't take enough time to.
I was rather one of the smarter ones in Smoothstone.
People don't take enough time to appreciate the simple things in life.
I look at the elf, and even though
Visible, immense pain.
even though I'm they can't see my face at the moment, there's big if you were large.
Yes. Smaug's considerable intellect, I believe, comes from his partial Goliath heritage.
People die when they are killed.
Oh yeah. If you go back to me great
I'm sure.
granddad,
I'm sure
he was giants at one point. That's why I'm so big.
And
That's
he is
why I
large.
got my big chopper.
Truly.
Yeah, this was me great granddad's
Hold that.
dagger.
Hold that thought.
I love him so much.
We are waiting for signal still.
Grog
And,
is excellent.
Like the tip of her staff, flickers a couple times, and she waves to you. She waves you guys out.
Oh, I guess that's an obvious signal.
Perhaps this one you can
Start
violence.
to attack. No, it's like no.
It doesn't
they,
look like there's any violence.
They don't look hostile.
Whoa! Load your rifles. Who are they?
They're my
You lied to us.
I-
Yeah, that's not a good look.
I didn't.
Volthy comes out like this.
You can, if you don't,
Ace
you
has
don't.
visibly no weapon.
I apologize about lying about being alone, but I figured. I figured my story. I figured I'd probably have a better chance of talking to you all if I came out here alone first.
So yes, visibly at terms of surrender, I suppose you could say.
Oh, you're so pretty, ladies. But one of you's very small.
I'm sorry.
Ace reaches back in.
He's so
And
good.
just unties her ponytail and her hair falls along her shoulders.
She looks back. She looks back at the rest of you. Hey everyone, don't worry. Everything seems
My
fine.
name's Grog.
And she says, Grog. Missy and Skane. And
Missy and Skane are silent.
Thalthea.
Pleasure to meet you.
Asa.
That's a
Very,
very,
very nice to
nice
meet
name. It's very short.
he calls her Val.
With the syllables.
So this is B,
Not many.
Val.
Not many people are Grog. Very nice to meet
Asa, and Jojo.
Jojo.
Oh, that's a very nice name.
She like immediately catches on to the syllable issue, and she says,
I named my cat Jojo once.
Oh shit. It's the deepest lore. What is the deepest lore?
"The cat named Jojo."
It's a universal constant.
So she
Even
catches
with the
on
real world.
upon the saying of the like not so good with syllables. She corrects herself and is like, "You can call me Val. Asa should be okay." And this is Jojo.
Oh, you're
And Grog just
aren't you?
We should probably wait until Holly's back.
yes. Jojo.
I mean, hey, it's a double joke because Jolene is the protagonist of part 6.
Not only is Jolene the protagonist of part 6, but my mom's other cat is named Jojo.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
That's
The lore.
That's the deepest lore.
Oh,
I'm gonna go pick Gordon real quick.
Just
while Holly's
imagine
Can you get
Sam's
my
doing
insulin off
the
my
Dio
desk?
pose.
Sure.
that's great.
Sam's fucking.
I'm loving this entire little group. So.
Grog is the fucking
Grog.
best. If Grog ever dies, I'm fucking.
Sorry to like nope out of like a fight, but it immediately I regretted it the second I said it. Not only because wow, this is an awful idea and I'm definitely gonna get myself killed, but
It wasn't
two,
in character
it-
for Beatrix at all.
it was not in character.
That was why I was so surprised.
That's why I was like, oh wow.
Like, I
Thank you
recognize
for
out
not
of character
doing
that was the plan.
anything hostile or saddening like casting magics on us.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Except for the one
That's
reality
nice.
where I totally did. But that's beside the point.
Yeah, except for the one reality where I did and immediately ate shit and died.
I saw 1,495,000 futures.
And in 700 of them we became friends.
What a fortunate world we live in where we're in one of 700. Just like me in my village.
What is that?
It's a.
That's a very
that's
big
stuff with
number.
Joji.
Trust
One,
me, I'm putting these in my
2,
mouth.
3, 4, 5,
You know what the
Six,
best? You know what
7, 8.
the best
nine.
scholars count silently.
The fucking.
I understand. 10.
I understand what you mean.
I don't take my mask off, by the way.
He thinks if he can't hear him, they can't hear him.
I fucking love Grog.
Grog is the best.
You will have to excuse our able-bodied compatriot. He is hard of hearing, unfortunately.
So which one?
Maurice is fucking trembling.
So which one of you is the leader?
The big chopper.
Our able-bodied companion.
I see.
I see.
Rather, would you want a more honest answer to that question?
As long as we're being honest.
Myself. As long as Grog feels
Let me
like
just rub the thing off my hand first. I did that a while ago.
Though to hear Jack and Jace tell it, we don't have a leader. It's not quite how it works. Missy and Skane just shoot when they're told. They're like that.
Rather quiet.
Bloodthirsty is the word I'd use. But, yeah. Quiet as a rule.
Understandable, I
And Grog just likes to feel like he's in charge. And it's very difficult to argue with a man who is 6'7" and weighs 325 pounds.
And has a chopper like that, I mean,
That's a big chopper.
That's a big chopper. You sly dog, you've made me come around to how fucking stupid Warhammer orcs are. They're fucking stupid.
They are dumb, but I love them so much.
No.
I love them
Only slightly less than I love Necrons.
How much of Holly? How much of this have you heard?
All of it.
Okay. Did
So you know your name's Jojen. We can retcon that. I figured for the man to his heart of syllable, Jojo was my first bet.
I mean, is that agreeable? Has Jillian said anything this entire time?
No.
She's remained leery, I imagine.
Understandable.
You're particularly well armed, looking a little short stack. Yeah, you're looking pretty well off.
Yeah.
What's the story with that one?
Well, I come from nobility, is all.
Oh, yeah. She thinks she's better than us. Yeah, that's trash, Jace. No, ain't no one better than us.
Well, while we're all trapped on,
I'm definitely better than both of you.
I mean, we're all trapped on this island. I say we're pretty equal here for the most part. So.
Oh, don't start with the bullshit.
Unless you're a goblin. Or a pirate.
We's not
Or a
pirates.
goblin pirate.
We just like to reappropriate people's excess stuff that they leave lying around in the sand.
In the sand.
Scavengers then.
Yeah.
They were waiting for the other twin to answer and then realized they weren't.
Good word. That's a very good word. It's got a nice hard car noise in it.
I like to say the scav part.
It's a very pleasant experience.
Asa's still eating her berries.
So, I look back at the rest of the party and just kind of like.
The man who describes saying a word as a pleasant experience is a man I aspire to be. He derives the most pure enjoyment from the simplest of tasks. Ah, what a carefree individual. He cocks his bandana as he pleases. That grog.
I kind of look back at the rest of the party and like kind of like do a this motion like.
Well,
Now
it looks
what?
exactly like this.
Simple. We.
Hey, actually, you, you wouldn't happen to have, blasting powder, gunpowder, really anything that goes boom. I'll take, some potassium nitrate, nitroglycerin, Comp B.
Simpler terms. 2 syllables.
Anything that blows up.
We were planning to soften up the goblins and the ruins that I mentioned with explosives first.
That seems like an excellent stratagem, but why would we hand over our explosives willingly? And
What?
second of all, you still haven't really given us a perfectly adequate reason to help them. Hey, listen, Maurice, stop with this shit. We came here for gold. Sounds like it's lying around just behind a couple of short-stacked redskins. So why don't we just go take it? Yeah, why don't we just go take it? What Jack said.
Yeah. Everything ends with yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd help us out, you'd be able to get to your gold a lot faster.
We don't have a way off the island at the moment. I don't know if you've noticed. But we can't exactly rowboat ourselves back to the continental land. Well, I suppose we could rely on grog for that, but we wouldn't be able to carry enough food with us to last the journey.
What if I told you this? And she lifts her mask off and looks at Marisi dead in the eyes. Goblins have been showing up at this island without boats. How do you suppose that happens?
Can confirm. I was brought here. I don't know how. It was stolen from my home, for my explosives expertise. Notwithstanding the point, though. They do manage to get here without boats. I've got no idea how, and neither do the rest of them.
That's curious, indeed. Maybe they're just good swimmers. You don't know about them, mice.
Or they could be good diggers and they go under the ocean.
Well, Grog,
Puts her mask back
they
on.
would be very impressive swimmers indeed. wouldn't
You know what?
they? You know, our cousin Jacqueline, she's a pretty good swimmer. I've seen her get across the channel 5 or 6 times back where we was from. Quit feeding them shit, Jack. She drowned when she was 13 years old. Oh yeah, that's right. She got tangled up in the roots in the stream.
I take it back. This whole pirate group is my favorite. You could argue like excluding Skane and Missy, but the idea that this whole menagerie takes place with 2 people standing behind them, fucking
They're
mad
like
dogging
Ninja
us
Brian.
with guns. It's exactly like Ninja Brian. Just
Jeez.
Siri, you just fucking.
Good lord.
So what do you say?
I don't know. I haven't fully ruled out the possibility that they swum or dug. That'd be a lot of digging. They might need quite a few shovels for that. Oh, they're gonna need pickaxes too. You seen any of them with shovels? Maybe a trowel,
No.
pickaxe maybe?
Have you considered that they flew in?
Oh, sure. That's a,
Joey is fucking.
that's a whole new angle I hadn't really considered.
Maybe someone threw him.
They got wings? No, they do not have wings.
Maybe someone threw him.
Well, they had a catapult.
You know.
Anyway. We think. Well, these excellent ideas aside, what we think is that there's something in those ruins guiding them to here, or somehow teleporting, or planeswalking even. We think that we could be entirely wrong, but there's only one way to find out.
Well, that sounds like some very expensive stuff. Even if they did have just like a really strong magic guy. That stuff's not cheap to cast magic regularly, you know.
No, very much not.
But I've met a couple of them, those twig
Ace
folk
edges.
who's very good at what flinging the spells and whatnot.
Like being
And
like
those-
Squidward.
They's pretty
Right now, just-
soft, really.
Mentally, absolutely, but
Volthea turns to Marisi, and in the most diplomatic tone she can muster without fucking stilting her words, just says, "This may be a long shot. I don't suppose you've heard of someone named Bogan Redcap."
No.
His
Friend
name?
of yours.
no.
Quite the opposite, actually. He's supposedly
No.
in charge of the whole goblin operation here. He's supposedly a right bastard.
Never heard of him. I guess if we're going to be helping you, and from the looks of Grog's face, we are going to be helping you,
Terrific.
then we will be acquainted eventually.
Well, hopefully not for too long.
Yeah, I think it's time that Lieutenant Grog and the Coin Company got looking and digging. Let's go find some goblins.
Is that his name for his pirate group, Lieutenant Grog and the Coin Company?
Yes.
Oh, Grog. Grog is the best. Grog's the real champ.
Excellent. Happy to be working together.
Yeah, she's very good. You look like a group of very competent people at the very least. Except for the goblin, he doesn't look like he's got enough fingers to hold a sword. I don't. Well, how's you do fighting?
You do fighting.
Just like a commission of Grog with the caption, "How's you do fighting?" is what I need in my life now. Just the simplest orc with like one finger in his fucking nostril. Like half orc though, like half Goliath. He's fucking big.
He has giant blood in him.
He's just this fucking like giant blooded man with one finger up his nostril and a chopper the size of him in the other hand, just saying, "How's you do fighting?" And that's my favorite, honestly.
Anyway.
Well,
Normally I don't.
Well, so our plan was we were going, like I said, we were going to make some explosives. If you all don't feel like parting with your explosives,
Well, if you's gonna make big fireworks, what's gonna scatter the little one?
Boom powder.
excellent.
Sounds grand.
Fizzlewick like visibly perks up. Just,
Yes.
All right, so that takes care of that little wrinkle.
Skane, open your powder chest. Yeah, Skane, open the powder chest.
come on, scheme with the powder chest. Chop chop.
Skane's eyes narrow to 1 micrometer open.
Fucking monomolecular slit in eye.
Unbreaking eye contact as he opens his coat and pulls out a small little box about the size of that little like red penguin box, like 5 or 6 inches
Like this
across.
little Tupperware here?
No, like that right there.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he shakes it and hands it over. You see, this is unused powder right here. This is what Skane uses for his special bullets. What's so special about them? Well, I don't have a degree, you see, in chemistry. Right. Okay. Fine.
I guess we'll find out.
Do you still need the Do you still need anything else from the field of giant monsters?
Oh yeah, we're gonna need sugar cane. I mean, we're gonna want more stuff really in general. We need some stuff that generates shrapnel. Wood's okay, but bamboo's better. It splinters more than it flexes. Cause I mean, the concussive force will do a lot of damage, but you want to stab them up with the tiny bits. Oh, now you're making some sense. I see how he does his fighting. Just with his head meats.
You don't suppose those guns would do anything against the height of a Titan boa, do you?
What's a Titan boa?
Big snake.
It's like a snake, but much, much bigger.
That sounds awful.
Not only
Indeed.
are we dealing with the Titan boa.
Many Titan boa.
There's no need to front about the details right now. We'll explain on the way.
Whoa, hold on. We don't do. Hey, first of all, we don't do any jobs for free, and 2, we don't do any jobs we don't know about. Yeah, we don't do any jobs we don't know about.
Alright, so the field that we're going to is full of sugarcane, which our goblin friend here needs to make more explosives so we can raid the center ruins in which the goblins are being held in.
Where your payment is.
However, the little wrinkle in that is that field in particular is usually a battleground between Titan boas
Big
and
snakes. She's like mouths to the foot to
and-
Grog again.
And dogs.
what did he call them? Mega baboons?
Mega
And
baboons.
dogs.
No, mega dogs. They're big cuddly dogs. They're not. There's no.
No, there's no friends on this
There's
island.
no friends on this island. There's also mega baboons.
Mega
There's
baboons.
no friends on this island.
Yeah.
Grog never changed.
There are small villages around the island, and the people there seem to be, well, the people we've encountered seem to be of a decent sort.
These people are how we discovered the Titan boas and the mega baboons.
They're the ones who also pointed us to this field.
Tell me, is everything on this island so actively hostile as tribes of goblins and megafauna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not everything.
No, not
We said
everything.
The
No.
villages.
We need to get the fuck out of here. Why is it? Hold on.
Every time Grog opens his fucking mouth, like, it's like you hit some kind of funny bone I didn't know I had.
Are you okay?
Grog is the fucking best.
Anyway.
Well, now, hold on. You see.
Yes, this island is dangerous, but it seems that we're stuck. So.
Hey, well, hold on.
Yes.
Who mixed this stuff? Skane raises a hand. Missy raises the same hand.
This stuff's good. You've got a little bit of grain powder in here. That stuff propagates pretty decent pressure wave. It looks like it's largely nitroglycerin. Hold on. Yeah.
The second pinky full was much larger.
So, like, what's the deal? Where'd you get this stuff?
Oh, we exported it before we left port.
Oh, well,
Where'd you buy it?
we were in the southern peninsula on Ava. We were in a small port town on the east coast.
Oh. This is the best fucking
I'm so-
comic duo.
I am glad that we did not attack them.
Me too.
Me too. You casting Entangle would have been catastrophic.
It would have stopped everyone if they all failed reflex saving throws, and I would have been able to walk freely. So that would have been cool.
But we wouldn't have Grog.
Yeah, it would.
And
we'd have-
Stain and Missy and
we'd
Mace
have less
and
friends.
Jack.
Skane actually walks up and kneels down next to Fizzlewick and, like, puts a finger in the box and, like, digs down, about an inch into the box. And there's a third substance in there. Or, well, there is another obvious substance of another granular. Maintain, like, that don't explode when you, use this in bullets. And Skane pulls out a bullet casing. So he has a lead
He just
bullet.
like flips it over his fingers.
He has a lead bullet. The casing is made out of a red metal.
Oh, it's adamantite.
Well,
Well, now we know why they're special.
you collect your brass. I see.
Goddamn.
So,
Got a bullet with your fucking name on it.
Nah, that'd be too expensive at this point.
So,
I suppose we're going. We got what we have here. We have an ignition source.
it's nice to. Might I just say, it's nice to meet all of you.
Yes.
It's a very pleasant experience all around.
Much
really.
like the word scavenger.
Yes, it's a very nice word.
I wasn't done counting, actually. I'm going to get all the way to 700.
Cool. Can you walk and talk?
13, yeah.
Excellent.
14,
And
15.
Beatrix
He
sets
is
off
pretty
in the
smart.
direction of the sugarcane fields.
He is pretty smart. You can walk and talk. Up there with the greats.
I'm very impressed with you, Grog.
He usually doesn't make it past 10.
I didn't expect that you were capable of multitasking. That's a very advanced technique. I'm sure it requires a considerable amount of mental gymnastic.
It's taking a bit off me front load, taking a bit of space up on my desk, but I think I can manage.
What's the name of this village again?
15.
Smoothstone?
Six,
I'm keeping that in mind for a possible future character.
17,
Oh God.
18.
I'm doing that. Alright,
You're
anyway.
the only smart person from Smoothstone.
Don't
No.
mind Grog. He means well. He's a good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy, He just kind of
Maybe,
like that.
maybe the smartest, but that doesn't say much.
Oh no,
His
I've seen.
Their intelligence is exactly 11, almost close to having a bonus.
I've interacted with. I've interacted with all types.
Generous.
I've interacted with all types. And honestly, I must say, you're a lot of the nicest scavengers I've ever met.
Yeah, well, to be quite honest, it's probably just because you, we ain't had our boat and the rest of our crew. Yeah, it's probably true, but, I mean, we's fucked out here now. It's just us and Grog and Marisi, Skane and Missy.
Well, I'm glad that circumstances made us friends.
Maybe our way out of here will be in the center of those ruins.
Yes, it seems quite convenient. If we could just find a mariner, I'd be perfectly happy to go home. This entire misadventure has made me want to give up on ne'er-do-wellery.
Understandable.
Oh, what do you mean? You don't enjoy smashing folks up for their things?
Alright, so I'd imagine we are going towards the field.
Yes.
Yes. So from where you guys are, it'll take you about a day and some change to get there.
Alright. Okay.
not too
How am I feeling the whole time, by the way?
You're gonna make another fortitude saving throw.
Chief?
10.
Alright. This time you take 5 damage.
Like as time has gone on, like the chipper mood that Beatrix was in, like kind of just degrades, and like she like leans more heavily on her staff, and she just says, "Hey, Fizzlewick,
Yeah.
I'm feeling real crap. You how long does this last again?"
Until it's done.
Same
It'll-
answers last.
It'll metabolize, work its way out of your system at varying speeds depending on your tolerance.
So
Hey, never do this shit again to me. By the way.
You know, basing on the speed that you're metabolizing, progressing through the stages of inebriation, I'd say this isn't your first rodeo. And this isn't normal stuff. I mean, this isn't like, you know, when somebody drinks a lot or when somebody smokes reefer. I mean, this is like, I mean, between you and me, this is really weird, special stuff. I mean, this stuff comes from basically hell.
Yeah, I gathered. That's why I didn't trust it.
I mean, that's probably a normal survival response, to be quite honest with you. But I've long since eschewed things like panic and anxiety and danger, because if I think too much about it, then I'll twitch and I'll drop just one too many little tiny things of nitroglycerin, and kablooey! I'm done! So I try not to think about it.
Fizzlewick, how much do you know about the Abyss?
It's where demons come from. There's all kinds of stuff down there, really.
And she like looks at him, and the center eye, the singular center eye of her like mask, like there's little motes of light traveling like along the bands and just like pooling in the eye, and she just says, "It's home. The Abyss is the seat of corruption and the source of all that is bad in the world."
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of horse shit. There's plenty of things in the world that are bad that don't need demons.
Primordial evil, Fizzlewick.
Whatever.
Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to get through my life as a matter of convenience. This stuff's convenient. It doesn't steal my soul or corrupt my body. It hurts sometimes, yeah, but so does alcohol or anything else.
I'm just saying.
But you know, the way that it invigorates the spirit is more than chemical. And I just find it curious that you're making your way through this very quickly. Normally that indicates some level of tolerance. See, I have to take a dose of this stuff every day. You're coming up on the 16, 17 hour mark. I figure you've got about another 8 or 9. I didn't reach that point until I'd been abusing this stuff for a year and a half. So that's neat. Maybe you just have a different natural resistance.
Perhaps I am so fortunate. I would just not. I would be. Usually doesn't end well.
Add a +5 to all of your saving throws temporarily.
Man. Drugs.
During the walk, Valtia slipped off her glove and is looking at the ring with the little symbol on it. The signet.
Hey, that's a neat looking little thing. Where'd you get that? Yeah, where'd you get that?
Drugs.
God damn it, I'm sorry, I have to take this more seriously.
I mean, it's Dungeons and Dragons.
It's just like, every fucking thing they say is met with laughter. I fucking love it so much. They're the best. This whole crew. I received it from the Tengu who trained me. He said,
Sad? I mean, we've met our mom. Yeah, our mom's pretty badass. She'll beat you to death with a stick. Yeah, she will. I remember one time she had me cut a switch for you, cause I managed to pin the blame on you. So I went and I got the gnarliest looking thing. Yeah, I fucking remember, Jace.
Fucking remember. Oh, what a delightful duo.
Anyway.
Both, yeah, upon this amusing anecdote, just gives a little chuckle and says, yes, well, according to Fizzlewick here, there's been more things sighted in the ruins that could potentially have this symbol on them, so I'm after them.
How barbaric that your family felt the need to resort to disciplining you with makeshift whips. Yeah, my mom ain't never hit me. When I was in trouble, she just wouldn't let me lick the spoon when she made cookies.
Audibly chuckles much louder, and says, turns to Marisi and says, you should have seen the training on thorn trials that we conducted back at the monastery. I was rather good at those. You needed to be quick on your feet.
How barbaric the shorter lived races can be. Oh, don't be like that, mate. My name is Marisi Grog. Not that this being the 1200th time that I've told you I plan it to change anything. Oh, we need to be the change we see in the world. That's why I call myself Marisi Grog. Anyway.
Don't worry, Marisi. You're not the only one on the island who has some naming problems. And she pointedly looks at Beatrix.
But
Both
You
sides.
still won't call the man Cannonball.
Both sides. I mean, can
his
be.
name is Mr. Barrelchest.
He introduced himself to us as Cannonball. That means that's what he goes by.
Oh, that's a nice name.
See?
I remember when we used to back out on the sea when we had our mariner. Yeah, we had a couple of little schooners. We had a big old galleon. Yeah, and we'd walk off the plank and do cannonballs into the water before they'd rope us back up. Just as we was enjoying ourselves after a good haul. It was good fun.
Both sides of me. Both my,
Thank you.
Both my mother and father.
I needed this.
I love
I
it
needed
so much.
Grog in
I
my
love
life.
it. Grog is amazing.
The whole fucking coin company.
Both the families of my mother and father can be quite barbaric. So it's not only the shorter-lived races, unfortunately.
Tragic.
There are rather many forms of barbarism, I believe, anyways. The training on Thorn Trial wasn't the only thing that was conducted. at
Why
the
are we
monastery.
giving our life stories while we're walking
Oh,
towards
well,
possibly
should
sudden
we-
death?
Got to do before we walk. We might as well leave some kind of biographical account if we's on our way to death. But I don't think no big nasty snake's really gonna be the end of me. I used to have snakes in my village all the time.
So
If you
I,
mind, Dad and me, we'd go around and make a holiday of it, smashing them in.
It's legal
I'd
stomping
imagine,
day.
I'd imagine the snakes on this island are significantly different.
Oh, they can't be that much bigger. I mean, even if they's really big, like bigger than me. And that's pretty big, really. I don't know that I'm all that afraid of some little snakes.
That's the spirit, Grog.
We'll soon find out, won't we?
As I was saying, there are many forms of barbarism, I believe, such that the training of thorns wasn't the only trial that was conducted at the monastery. There was the only trial I never managed to pass, being the trial of mirrors.
What type of fucking monastery had you train on thorns?
That sounds really weird. You sound weird. You're from some weird ass place. Yeah, it sounds pretty weird, I gotta be honest.
Well, I won't.
Fucking
I
scouts
won't-
being like,
alright.
you're a weeb. Yeah, you're a weeb.
I won't deny either of you.
Oh.
Where we come from, it can be quite strange.
The more I hear about it, the more it sounds like. Well, normal is its own pejorative term. Never mind.
Almost a little subjective, I suppose.
Well, If it sounds so weird, then suffice to say sometimes you see things in the mirror that you don't like.
Ah, I see.
I don't know that I've ever done that. I've always felt pretty good about myself in the mirror.
That's very lucky, Grog. I'm happy for you.
Yes, I'm sure that's entirely the intended meaning, Grog, and that there was no secondary meaning, such as a metaphor or simile. Perhaps it was a double entendre. But since nothing goes over your head, Grog, I'm sure you're
Oh, nothing goes over my head. I catch it.
Yeah, I'm pretty tall.
He's just fucking Drax.
I love him so much.
Oh, Grog. Oh,
Anyway.
what a fucking
Bye.
champ. I love him so much.
So, it takes you guys a couple of hours, but you do eventually begin approaching a portion of the forest where you're noticing like fledgling sugarcane growing in a number of locations.
Hey, we're getting close.
The ground has gotten noticeably wetter, and the like sound of rainforest, the cooing of birds, and the beat chesting of primates that are
Distant mega baboon.
no, it's just like rhesus monkeys and everything,
There's hooting mandrills up in the trees.
there's there's just the noises of nature screaming out for "Let me smash!"
Somebody
and,
come fuck this!
yeah, pretty much, as well as
Let me
like
smash.
territorial battles.
I got you, Blue.
But there is a large field, maybe about a square mile across, that you guys can see, and in it you do see a small congress of primates that are very big.
Oh. Are they perhaps mega-sized?
They are huge, so they're 3 squares by 3 squares. And they are stacked. And they look like... Hold on.
No problem. Also, Amy,
It's just the Guardian Ape.
since my phone is dead, I cannot message you, but what say you about the thing we spoke about last session?
Not right now, but
Got it.
eventually.
No problem.
Man, I really hope that the power comes on soon because I'm not down with sleeping without air conditioning.
I'm not down with not having clothes to wear to work tonight.
Yeah,
That would be rather unfortunate.
both
I mean,
are
do you
bad.
have non-ripped jeans?
No, not on me. Everything that I brought is in the dryer, half dry.
You could
I'll put them on the line outside.
we've got a drying rack that you can hang things
They
up
look
on.
like this. Pass that around quickly. My phone is at 2%.
Fuck.
Oh.
Oh.
It's rather big, isn't it?
Oh.
That's the big one.
That's
Actually,
a
I do suppose that is rather large.
Good lord.
When they say mega, they aren't kidding, are
They are chewing on like large chunks of sugar cane.
How many are there?
There are 7.
Well,
I don't recommend engaging them.
yeah, that's not happening. How?
Didn't you say something about big snakes? Maybe we can get them to do fighting for us. See, that's using your noggin.
That is the most intelligent thing he's said since we've met him.
There's
I'm so proud of the boy.
The enemy of my enemy is probably not my enemy also.
Not as long as its enemies were something else right
Well,
now.
Their misfortune will be our opportunity.
He read that in the book.
I did read that in a book
Maybe we could
from
guide
Mr. Sun Tzu.
This kills the tie.
You okay?
You okay, my man?
How's your?
I know
how
what
much?
it is about the Grog Man.
How much more battery does your tablet have?
Not enough to do this for more than another 10 minutes.
Fug.
Oh damn.
When are we investing in that generator?
And I have like $1,000 for a generator.
Grog does have a point. Maybe we can guide snakes. Oh, guide these snakes in some fashion over here, and they could engage in hostilities. And while they're a little busy, take as much sugarcane as we can carry.
It sounds like a solid plan, but
Honestly, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
I mean, I haven't seen any snakes around here.
I
Perhaps we have.
suppose they would be wherever these aren't.
Misty
Perhaps-
points two fingers towards her eyes, and then points them towards a direction in the forest.
Can I make a survival roll to try to track some boas?
Sure.
Yeah, they'd have to be. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine they're out there. They'd be out more towards the west.
16.
Well, I suppose we'll get walking then.
So 23.
You can definitely track some boas next session.
All right then. That
Mhm.
sounds good to me.
I have to pee. If we have any closing remarks, we should do them quickly. Yet again, we
I'm
have
gonna-
to cut short.
I'm gonna write a floating
Fucking
23.
things that keep happening.
This session is fucking cursed.
It's
And
cursed.
we have so many good NPCs in it too. Fucking Cannonball,
not only
Grog,
NPCs, like
Fizzlewick.
just in general, the story and the characters in it are great. It's just cursed with time.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'll move the game to Wednesdays and then do 4 to 8 on Wednesdays because then I don't have to sleep afterwards.
I mean, but I like having a day that's not a work day that's free of obligation.
That's fair.
You could try moving the sessions of today like up to the point
That you could do them and then sleep after.
Yeah, we could have them earlier in the day. I mean, because you're not working at the moment, right?
At the moment, no.
And earlier in the day would be easier on us.
I think so too.
You know, I'll figure something